Live mula sa puso ng Quezon City. Narito tayo ngayon sa Victoria Sports Tower para sa opening day ng MPL Philippines, kung saan magtatapat-tapat ang mga pinakamalalakas week in and week out. Magandang hapon sa lahat ng sumusubaybay ng MPL Philippines Season 17. Narito muli kami para i-discuss ang mga malupitang laban natin. Uwami pa rin kasama si Burrito and si Wolf. At ngayon makakasama din natin walang iba kundi ang English panel.
And it's us, once again, the We Bear Bros here for the English panel. We'll be dividing it up later on. It's me, Leo, Renmar. But right now, it's all of us.
Tama tayo.
Hindi siya mali.
Hindi siya mali. Napakadami natin dito at nakita na rin natin kanina yung mga pwedeng interaction na ngayon lang magiging posible.
Yeah. Kailangan ko lang sabihin, since we're all together, ngayon, We Bear Bros na rin kayo.
Yes.
Ay, maraming
Well,
salamat.
thank you.
Thank you
so much.
It is a honor na mapunta sa ganitong klaseng lugar na We Bear Bros na rin kami. At dahil nga nagkaroon tayo ng mukhang mutual na palitan, nagkaroon din tayo ng isang plot twist na may golden trade. Ito yung tipong off-season na sobrang ingay talaga.
Oo, sobra. Dumagundong lahat eh. Social media and all. Sino ba naman mag-aakala na si Kelra ay tutungo sa Indonesia, di ba?
Sobrang tagal kong in denial dyan. Hindi ako makapaniwala na ang isang Filipino player ay pupunta doon sa Indonesia tapos mapapalitan ng Indonesian player mismo.
And this is the first import for the MPL Philippines. I mean, everyone was looking forward to seeing Aaron Shiki, but we didn't get to see him. But we will see Severo play today.
And I think, as Wolf said it, matagal niyang inisip kung pwede ba talaga to. And balita ko, matagal kasing niluto to. So this is a decision that the ONIC franchise made, not just for the Philippines, but also Indonesia side. So this is a big, super fam din ba? But basta, this is a super fam-made decision.
Severo. Ang ganda na lang sinabi nyo, yun na lang sasabihin ko eh.
I mean,
yun lang country ko.
at this point, Severo is indeed the first playing import mula sa Indonesia patungo dito sa ating liga. At kung pasabog man ang nakita natin mula sa ONIC Philippines, ito kay Severo na ngay nakatutok ang camera sa kanya, bisitahin natin ang huling 8 taon niya papunta kung nasaan siya ngayon.
Yeah, started apparently sa ONIC Miracle. So this is different from ONIC Prodigy. May amateur team, but madami kasi yung mismo ONIC franchise. Then eventually no 2025, doon na siya napunta dun sa MPL Indonesia as a substitute for CW, kung saan actually instrumental siya dun sa mga championship na nakuha ng ONIC doon.
Yeah, and we also have to say, before winning those championships with ONIC in MPL ID, kung di ako nagkakamali, he also has a couple of championships in more local tournaments in Indonesia themselves. Pero yung tournament na yun, parang kung may MDL level, I don't want to say the level below MDL, but it's like, yung grassroots talaga. Yung grassroots community teams talaga from big orgs competing in that tournament.
Yep, and ang laking shoes ang kailangang suotin ni sapatos ni Severo dito dahil ang papalitan niya ay walang iba kundi ang gold standard na si Kelra, for the longest time touted as one of the best, or if not the best gold laner dito sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, fortunately para kay Severo, nagkaroon siya ng maraming oras. Katulad nga ng nasabi ng English panel natin is ito yung pinag-isipan at niluto pa ng Super Fam. And I think that this training started late into December, pero syempre right after nung nakita natin na M7 mula sa ONIC. So they had the time to actually do this.
Yeah, and para sa akin, isa sa mga favorite qualities ko ni Severo is he's a very dependable gold laner. He seems like that type. I wouldn't see him as the I'm the guy type of gold laner, pero you can count on him to give a good performance.
Well, before we continue with Severo, balikan muna natin ang kwento ni Kelra. Pumunta tayo sa video na ito.
Ayun, masaya ako dito sa Indonesia ngayon and sobrang excited din ako matry yung scene dito sa MPL Indonesia. Pero syempre, hindi pa rin mawawala sa akin yung nami-miss ko yung PH and MPL, yung MPL PH, tas yung mga teammate ko doon. Pero so far, sobrang masaya naman ako dito kasi para sa akin halos same lang naman yung ONIC PH tsaka ONIC Indonesia kasi pares lang, parang pamilya, masaya. Kumaga, since nandito rin dati si Coach Cheb and si Kyrie, feeling ko na na rin nila yung culture na dapat pamilya, hindi parang tropa lang, ganun, magkatrabaho. Kasi sa Pinas, ganun kami. And yun, so masaya naman ako dito and excited ma-try yung scene dito. Ma-advise ko lang kay Sabero, siguro kailangan niyang, kung sakali mang dumating yung point na may, siyempre, as a player or as a team, hindi mawawala yung matatalo ka or matatalo isang beses, ilang dalawang beses. Kumbaga, pag dumating man sa point na natalo or natatalo, wag siyang madadown and mas mahalin niya yung pressure and yakapin niya yung pressure na mga sinasabi ng tao kasi hindi mo maiiwasan na maraming masasabi sa mga tao eh. Kumbaga, kailangan mong yakapin yung pressure na yon and kailangan hindi mo siya madala sa loob ng game and wag mong kakalimutan na mas enjoy yung nasa Pinas ka and mag-try ng bagong habit and bagong routine. Sa mga MPLPH fans dyan, next week na nga pala yung next week nga pala mag-start yung MPL Indonesia. Huwag niyo kalimutan supportahan ng ONIC Indonesia. So, supportahan niyo kami sa mga darating namin laban and I hope na maging okay ang journey naming dalawa ng ONIC at dalawang ONIC.
I'm really happy hearing from Kelra, but why does it feel like I just received a well-wishing from my ex? It's like, I miss you, I'm thinking about you. Kamusta ka dyan? Masaya na ako dito? Sana masaya ka rin. Parang
Alam mo yung vibe na OFW
May konting kiliti pa yun na parang, namimiss ko naman kayo, paminsan-minsan. Okay, but jokes aside, that was a very heartfelt video coming in from Kelra.
Yes.
And I'd like to focus on the point na talagang ayaw niyang ma-down si
Yun na nga.
Savero.
Yeah.
Gusto ko nga, yun ang biggest takeaway ko from that video. Nagbigay siya ng magandang advice kasi imposibleng hindi ka matatalo once or even twice na magkasunod. Pero katulad nga ng ating paborito na expression, wag ka ma-down.
And that advice came from his own personal experience. Like, you can really see that. I think the amount of progress that Kelra himself have made is amazing.
At ito na nga ang ating signal para tignan kung ano nga ba ang mga kailangan gawin ng parehas na kupunan sa ating Infinix Keys to Victory. Wolf and Denmark, kamusta ba ito?
Ang napapansin ko dito sa ONIC para matalo sila ng Twisted Minds is they have to focus on what happened during sa Cebol qualifiers wherein pwede nilang i-force na ma-deprioritize yung hero ni King Kong. So ibig sabihin, pwedeng hindi perfect yung makuwang hero ni King Kong kung ibaba nila yung mga priorities tapos ipupush nila dun sa mga pangit na heroes dito si King Kong. And also, if they protect their jungle in the early stages, kasi mahilig mag-invade itong mga tropa natin mula sa ONIC, they will have a better shot in the early stages. Yan ang keys to victory para sa Twisted Minds. Now for ONIC, basta hindi sila manalo dun sa mid-duo matchup, dun pa lang sa draft, ang laking bagay na nun. And also, they can leverage their strength in force team fights. Diba napanood natin dun sa Cebol qualifiers, kahit lugi ang ONIC, tinatry pa rin nila mag-force ng team fight at dun sila nananalo.
Yeah, if you're on it going to this matchup, you have to expect Twisted Minds are looking at MP the King and going, King go wild. Do whatever you want. So if they lose the mid-duo matchup in the draft alone, how are you going to do that? You're going to make it so much harder for yourself to try and stop MP the King. Build King Kong to stop MP the King.
Yeah. And King Kong and MP the King are the two people na kailangan talaga nating panoorin dito. Nakita natin sa pinakauna nating serye kung gaano kaimportante yung mga retribution for their teams. And that was a Clash of the Titans na nakita natin, kampiyon labang sa kampiyon. And this time around, our super rookies from last season are facing a former champion with new blood mula sa ibang bansa.
There was a time na ito yung nagturo sa kanila, di ba? Sila yung mga students ng ONIC mismo. But we also have to mention na iba rin yung timpla. Kasi sorry kung i-spoil natin yung mga viewers, pero nakita ko si Ryota ang potential. Di ba? So may ganun pa. And then there's also Savero.
Nabuhayan ang Riot Army.
Siguro magiging instrumental to para sa communication issue, no, na laging bino-brought up, no, lalo na may import tayo. Remember si Brusco ay marunong din namang magbahasa Indo. Andyan si Ryota na marunong din magbahasa Indo and Savero. Let's see kung papaano to kasi ako na-excite na ako, no?
This is truly a historic match not just for MPL Philippines but also for international MPL, considering that this is the first time ever in MPL history na may maglalarong Indonesian sa ating local league. Let's give a warm welcome para dito kay Xavero, no? Para naman sa mga sigurado kasi may mga bashers na, di ba? Paglaruin nyo naman muna.
Oo, pakita muna natin kung paano siya na magpakitang gilas, basically.
And that has been an amazing time na makita natin kung ano mga posibleng mangyari. Sa ngayon i-welcome na natin ang ating mga manlalaro. I-welcome na ang Twisted Minds and ONIC Philippines.
Rookies no more. They have returned to shatter the status quo. Please welcome Twisted Minds! Let's give him a warm welcome! Dari Indonesia! Selamat datang di Filipina! Impor pertama! Xavero dan ONIC Philippines. And please welcome our marshals for this matchup, Chico, Miko, Joshua G, and JD. And our head referee is set. Please welcome to the arena as well our coaches for this matchup. For ONIC Philippines is Coach Hayes. For Twisted Minds is Coach Bon Chan. MPL Arena, make some noise for Twisted Minds and ONIC Philippines!
Magsisimula na ang ating second match of the night. This time around is going to be ONIC Philippines kontra Twisted Minds. Nabanggit na natin ang mga super rookies kanina, pero hindi lamang ang super rookies na ngayon ay super sophomores na ata. Ay narito na rin si Aul na nagbabalik sa Pilipinas.
Sobrang excited nito kasi nakita natin last season kung gaano ka-explosive ang Twisted Minds. And with the help of Aul na kakagaling nga lang sa China at nag-dominate doon. Let's see kung ano ang mayambag niya. And for sure, may bagong meta, may ibang classic flavor na dala-dala itong si Aul. Kaya siguro nag-desisyon ang kanilang coaching staff na siya ang maglalaro ngayon. And ang ganda nito kasi bukod kay Aul, andyan din si Sean na mostly ng mga heroes na ginagamit ni Sean ay nabuff ngayon.
Ang kanilang katapat, walang iba kundi ang super family with new blood in their system. Xavero locked in for the Season 17 on his debut game dito sa loob ng MPL Philippines.
At sasamahan siya this time ni Ryota. Hindi muna si Kurt, dalawang explainer yan na available para sa ONIC Philippines. But you still have King Kong and Super Prince with Brusco. Nagkaroon tayo ng konting preview ng kalakasan ng ONIC Philippines just a week ago kung saan nakita natin na maganda naman. Kaso kinapos lang din sila doon sa dulo. It was very close for them. But we can see na marami pa silang kailangan baguhin. Especially with, Kelra was playing during that time. Pero kung usapang Xavero plus 4 members na Pinoy with the language barrier, gaano nga ba kaganda ang pwedeng maabot ng ONIC Philippines with this lineup?
At buti nabanggit mo yung language barrier. Dahil isa yan sa mga naging kumbaga issues ng mga tao sa magpasok ng mga imports dito sa season na ito. Pero sa totoo lang, gusto ko ibalik yung sinabi nyo naman din kanina na marunong magbahasa yung dalawang player ng ONIC Indonesia na makakasama ngayon ni Xavero, si Prince at si King Kong lang ata yung hindi pa masyadong marunong.
Yeah, si Ryota, kailangan nating dagdag pati si Coach Bluffsy na parte din ng team.
At ito na, bago tayo pumasok sa mismong laban natin, ay balikan muna natin for tournament integrity kung ano nga ba nangyari sa ating Smart Ping Test.
Hello mga ka-minds. Sana supportahin nyo kami ngayong paparating na MPL Season 17. Thank you, salamat. I love you all. Good luck sa you, boy. Ano lang ako dito, tahimik na uat lang ako, tol. Yari kay Kaloy yan, tignan mo. Pinagbigyan mo yung punching bag mo? Oy, shoutout nga kayo na dyan. Shoutout kay Mama Nation. Uy! Di pa ako tumulong dun, pre. Gaga, pag kinombo ka talaga ng Grak, pre, manginginig talaga yung buhay. Good luck sa amin. Ay, good luck sa ONIC kasi nagagalit na si Kaloy.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Hello, Filipina fans. Sonics Philippines. Thank you for welcoming me, guys. Keep support me, guys. This is my first game. Filipino fans. Tingin ako, pre. Tingin. Sakin. Mahal ko kayo, ONIC fans.
Gagawin na ata nating Pilipino si Sabero. Pagkatapos ng season 17 ay maririnig nyo na kumukombo na yun si Sabero. Yung mga lengguaheng hindi natin na
Pwedeng sabihin.
mga madidiscuss ngayon. Pero marunong nang mag-combo si Sabero.
May nabubuo na, to be fair, yung kasing na napuntahan niyang isang na team ay isang klase ng team na high-spirited din talaga. At masasabi ko nga Kenkoy din talaga. Wala akong ibang maisip na term eh. Kenkoy talaga itong mga players na to outside of the game. Mahilig talaga silang magbiruan. So kaya siguro yun din yung mga nalalaman. Kaya siguro maagang natutong kumombo. Ito si Sabero.
Oo. And speaking of combo, no, nababanggit din niya during our media day. Siyempre pwede ko na ikwento kasi release na rin naman. Si Sabero ay ang lagi niya sinasabi during that time na si Kyrie madalas din daw kasi nasa kanya siya natututo mag-Tagalog. Nung nandoon pa lang.
Oo nga, at least may simulan na, no?
Oo, kung natuturuan.
Yeah.
Bago pa man din mapunta dito, may alam na salita. So language barrier, I feel like at this point, kailangan na lang natin muna igilid ng saglit. Pero tingnan natin sa laro kung magta-translate ba ito. Dahil nga meron tayong changes sa ating pag-approach ng mga mapa. Wolf, ano nga ba ang nakumpirma dito?
So we are gonna see Twisted Minds na home team at sila ang mapupunta dun sa may blue side. And that's also Flying Cloud. Back-to-back series na nakita natin na first match na pinipili itong Flying Cloud. I think that's interesting to me. Ang isa pa dito ay isang expect din ng mga viewers natin for Twisted Minds dahil Bonchan is on drafting at alam naman natin na may chance na maging iba ang choices ng mga players na to. Baka ibang-iba din ang timpla ng draft natin for the two teams.
At ayan na nga, magsisimula na ang ating drafting phase for our last match of the night. Opening day ng Season 17. Kakatapos lang ng ating epic rivalry between Team Liquid Philippines and Aurora Gaming. Ngayon naman ay bibisitahin na natin ang matchup ng Twisted Minds kontra ONIC Philippines. At muli pinili ng Twisted Minds ang blue side of Flying Clouds via our new rule changes sa pagpili ng mapa at sites.
Nakaiba ito pinili na lang ng ONIC Philippines na wag nang i-deal itong either makuha man nila o makuha ng kabila itong Zushin. Kasi nakita natin kanina, no, yung sa ating match number 1, kung gaano talaga kapeste. Namimeste, lakas mameste.
Totoo. Parang lahat ng Zushin games maganda yung performance ng Zushin. So, movie band, ang na-open ngayon is Eve para sa Twisted Minds.
But are they going to pick the Eve first pick? Yung Marcel ay hindi na naman pinansin sa banning phase. And as you said, Wolf, Eve locked in para dito sa side ng Twisted Minds.
ONIC is a team na kilala din na pumili ng mga kakaibang mga heroes and I will not be surprised if that's the case. Guinevere ay open din na ini-spam din ni King Kong nung nakaraan. It is also the focus of the bans. But with this Eve, Leo Mord, siguro pwede rin piliin ng ONIC.
Oh, you remember dun sa Civil Qualifiers, may mga Harley din na inilalabas to si King Kong. So, baka isa yun sa mga pinag-iisipan muna nila ngayon. Pero feeling ko, stable muna na roam para at least may setup na kayo. At alam niyo na kung saan patungo.
Khalid comes to mind. Siyempre may Eve din sa at Claude open din. So, it's Kalea Yuzong.
Wow, yun.
Okay, so iba ang approach dito ng ONIC at Twisted. I think they're the team that will pick up the Guinevere. Lalo na open sa ngayon. Meron din naman Fred rin. But in combination dito sa isang Eve, talagang paganda na yung nakuha natin mula dun sa Guinevere. Ang lakas agad ng combo niyan eh. You have the stun, lockdown, tas meron ka nung real world manipulation na mataas yung damage. to get that hero in this particular slot will be good para sa Twisted Minds.
Oo.
Sabay, pwede na rin nilang nakawin yung Claude para hindi na siya mapili ng ONIC.
And despite all of the nerfs na nakuha ni Eve before this season started, ay katulad ni Sushin ay pina-first pick pa rin si Eve. At mukhang katulad nga ng sinabi mo, Claude locked in on the side of Twisted Minds. At itong Kalea pick pala on the side of ONIC, pakiramdam ko knockout pick din to kasi comfort pick ni Kaloy ito last season.
Ooh, that's a Phobius. And yun na yung Harley.
Ayan na. Nilabas na kagad yung Harley dito. Nakakita na nagka-glimpse na tayo no, ng performance ng isang Harley. Base doon, may mga beaten doon
Beaten,
sa,
oo.
laging pumipiso.
PPC na-observe namin, di ba, gagamit siya ng Deadly Magic. And then,
Babarahin, oo.
minsan kasi, di ba, cool guys don't look at explosion, so aalis ka na kaagad eh.
Oo.
So, yung nangyari doon,
May natitira.
na piso talaga dun sa buhay ng kanyang mga target. So this time, kailangan makahanap ng ONIC ng tatapos dun sa...
Mga Zetian, ganun.
Zetian could be good.
Pang sure ball. Pero
Alam ko, mag-brody sila. Unlike,
bakit hindi? Bukod sa Harley na nakita nga natin ngayon, para bang ang ganda na ng pick-off potential na meron dito ang ONIC Philippines. Pero base sa nakikita ko dito medyo wala pa silang totoong, I would say, box control sa mga team fights. Kumbaga magandang pampitas pero parang kulang sa team fights. Tama ba ang aking hinala dito?
yeah, well, I guess dahil yun sa bit delay na hindi pa natin nakikita para sa ONIC at dahil doon na-deny din yung Farsa. So napakalaking component doon. The Kalea Farsa is such a strong combo at nagme-make sense siya dito sa heroes ng Twisted Minds, the Phobius, as well as this Eve. Kaya nung instantly na-pick dito ng ONIC yung Harley, I feel like hindi yun yung most valuable na hero. But at the same time, we mentioned dun sa Keys to Victory na hindi pwede na mapapersa dapat na i-prioritize yung hero ni King Kong. So, minadali nila. And this is also a good band mula sa ONIC. I like this Guinevere band.
And last ban on the side of Coach Bonchan, pwede pa nilang puruhin ang mid lane pero naghahanap din ng gold laner ang side ng ONIC Philippines. Pwede siya magtanggal ng carry pero Kimi ang kanilang tatanggalin. Interesting na-miss ko tuloy yung Kimi Sean.
Oo nga, no? Pero sila yung nagban nun mismo. But of course, ito yung mga potential na combo with the Kalea. Hindi ako magulat kung mag-Loyi dito si Super Prince. Pero meron din naman nung Kadita option. However, baka mag-resolve lang sila sa typical pick which is Zetian or Lilia. Na ito yung mga pwedeng i-combo with the Kalea.
Oo nga, no? Pwede ang Lilia. Kumbaga, kailangan mo kasing isipin din yung magiging laning mo no, sa gitna. Medyo bully din ang isang Eve. Alam naman natin yon. So, gusto mo makasabay, dapat mga ganong hero talaga. Pero YSS Gold Lane. Wow!
On his first game, hindi pa natin sure, no?
Ayun
Pero
na.
most likely, ayun na nga.
Nilabas na.
Locked in for the side of Twisted Minds, Marcel, ang pinakabagong hero ng MLBB sa pinakabagong season ng MPL.
Total, alas 8 na.
Alas 8 na rin
Golden
kasi.
hour na kasi. Golden hour na eh. Tingnan natin
I feel like yung Kadita might be an option para sa ONIC. Maganda dito, wag na silang umanap ng mga projectile.
Na
Yung
heroes.
talagang damage na yung mismo yung hanapin. Not sure kung... Well, Lilia actually might work. Kaso baka nandun siya sa range ng ulti ni
Yes.
So medyo malayo dapat yung hanapin. Zetian, I think, or Zetian or Kadita na lang ang option para sa ONIC.
Oo. I agree. Zetian and Kadita are the best options. Kung sakali mag-Lilia, may chance kasi for big outplays coming in from the golden hour. At ayun na nga, Zetian locked in for the side of ONIC Philippines. At dahil dyan, mukhang majority of the physical damage na manggagaling sa ONIC Philippines ay nasa kamay ni Savero on this YSS gold lane. And correct me if I'm wrong, ito rin ang unang beses na makikita natin ito sa Season 17.
That's right. In fact, in professional play, no?
Oo.
Kasi puro nasa scrims lang natin napapanood tong Yisun Shin Gold Lane. But this time, we are gonna see it in professional play.
Wow. Exciting game number 1 between Twisted Minds and ONIC Philippines. Hindi na super rookies ang ating pinapanood. Graduate na sa pagiging rookies ang mga manlalaro. Strengthened by Owl's return as well. Katapat nila ang ONIC Philippines na mukhang nagkaroon din ng kakaibang off-season trade, welcoming the first playing import dito sa MPL Philippines Season 17. Let's give a warm welcome to Savero as we enter game number 1.
Alam mo, kung babalikan natin yung draft, iniisip ko sino ba yung team na una nating makikita na baka gumamit ng isang bagong hero? Alam mo naman, identity na rin yan ng Twisted Minds. Even nung last season di ba sila yung naglalabas ng mga heroes na kakaiba, yung mga experimentation nila with the help of Coach Bonchan. And at some point, parang may ube-ube din to Alam mo yun, parang kailangan nyo rin magsama-sama dito
Oo, I mean across MLPB Esports history, si Coach Bonchan talaga yung isa sa mga talamak talagang mag-breed ng mga hero na
Malapit yan.
kakaiba sa kanyang mga teams. And as we enter game number 1, hindi ito yung katulad nung nakita natin nung game or match 1 rather, na yung Zushin na talagang grabe magmamaw ng level 1.
Oo, iba na to, no? And siguro masasabi natin na mga first 2 waves baka makauna dito si Super Prince. Kasi hindi naman basta-basta mabubuli yung hero niya. Pero si Brusco, King Kong, and Super Prince, eto pre, nakita na natin tong trend na to.
Oo.
Lagi silang nagnanakaw.
Nagbe-vertical juggling. Pero, ang maganda dito, nakikita mo yung movement si MP the King sa may top.
Oo, ginagaya lang talaga Oh, Super Prince. Wala na rin naman siyang passive rito. And si MP the King, tinan mo nun, nalinis na nga niya. Orange na lang yung natitira dun sa taas
Bear at Kramer yung nakuha niya because of that. And all it took was yung pag-delay ni Kaloy at nitong Lishon. At if you think about it, lalamang na ng importante dito si MP the King.
At yung knowledge to do vertical jungling is something na kailangan talaga may awareness ka kung ano din ginagawa ng kalaban mo, no? Pero mukhang si Kaloy ay mapipicturean lamang si Super Prince. Saktong-sakto, no? Parang iyan pala talaga ang gawain ni Marcel bilang hero.
Si Clemor. Si Clemor ang pangalan ng ano niya May pangalan
Camera.
kasi yung camera niya. May spirit yan si Clemor.
Si Clemor.
Actually, ang magandang ginagawa niya, hinumukaan niya si Super Prince. So natatanggal agad yung passive.
Ayun yun nga Parang ganda nito no, kung iisipin mo. Ang hirap para sa isang Zetya na lagi wala kang passive. No? Parang hindi ka safe, di ba?
Oo, hindi talaga safe. Pero mukhang si Kaloy ang unang bibigyan.
Okay, nagamit na rin yung Fear of the Phoenix. And si Kaloy nga ata talaga ang pupuntahan. Pero mauna pa si Bruce Golden. Flicker na gamit niya. Atoy, RA sumama na rin. Si Sean ay medyo na late na sa party. Si King Kong ngayon ay babalik sa kanyang farm. At walang mamamatay.
And when we look at the level 4 power spikes coming in from ONIC Philippines, ang taas pala talaga ng vision control na mayroon sila with a YSS and a Zetyan.
That's right. Pag kinombine natin mahuhuli talaga kung nasan yung mga members dito ng Twisted. But, however, masasabi ko na dun sa trade-off na yun, mas pumabor ito para sa Twisted Minds if they will use this properly kasi walang dragon na ito si Ryota. Kaso, 4 na members ng ONIC tayo na dito sa turtle at hindi nga actually pumalag at all ang Twisted Minds sa turtle na yun.
And correct me if I'm wrong, medyo lugi ata sa trade. Sa pero going in for Owl. Konting sakit lamang ang ating nakita pero parang wala atang na-trade ang Twisted Minds para sa pagong ngayon.
Ngayon, parang nakakapanghinay. Wala silang napala doon. Pero nakompleto naman ni MP the King yung farm niya dito sa may upper side ng ating mapa. Si Kaloy, alam niya na nandiyan si Brusco. Pupuntahan. Pero wala muna mangyayari. 3 minuto na ang lumipas at meron ng Hunter Strike si Sabero.
Napakatahimik ng laro na to. Wolf kanina, 3 minutes, may 11 kills na tayo.
Actually, sobrang yaman ni Sabero. 2,000 gold siya ngayon kumpara sa 1.8 ng kanyang katapat. Ito yata yung pinakamabilis na Hunter Strike. Granted, hindi siya nag-boots pero the fact na meron na siya dito Hunter Strike, yung pag-ulti niya tapos yung barko, kakagat na to.
Oo, masakit na rin to pagka nabigyan ka ng 1-2-1-2 combo. Pero mukhang makakalamang sa saktong poke lamang ang side ng Twisted Minds. Tandaan natin na may ulti pa.
Alam niyang walang BMI. Blazing Doom na lang ay sasagot dito ni Owl. At hindi na nga titingnan ni King Kong at ni Sabero at pumutok na doon si Owl.
Wow, first blood para sa kamay ng ONIC Philippines. Parang ang dali ng ginawa nila. No counterplay.
Even with the Purify, di ba? Kasi may yung Deadly Magic, pag kumabit na yun, wala na talaga napakasakit ng damage and there was no defense and Kaloy was so far away to help his teammate dun sa top lane.
Tsaka nabilang din nila. Kaka-BMI out lang Walang way para makatakas itong si Owl. So good timing para dito sa ONIC. 20 seconds para sa ikalawang pagong and si Kaloy ay ginugulo pa rin. Wait lang, magsisimula ata dito ang ONIC. Pero nagamit na yung Golden Arch. Ikaw nila kami pagkakataon na gumalaw-galaw. Pero si Sean ay napuruhan din ng mga bala. Baraha pala. Dito ni King Kong.
Pero imaginein mo, no, talagang hard reset ng team fight itong Golden R. And hindi na nga nangyari yung team fight. That was supposed to be a pick-off para sa side ng ONIC Philippines. Pero mukhang itutuloy na nga ng ONIC ang pagong na ito.
Walang Golden R eh. Alam nila eh. Nagamit yung Mountain Shocker. Tatawagin si Barbiel. Makakapasok sa likod itong si Lansu. Ang magiging target ay si King Kong. Pero si Lansu nakakuha ng pagong. Atras muna dito ang ONIC PH.
Wow.
At least pamatay sunog, no?
Oo, Twisted Minds at least covering the fire for ONIC Philippines at liliit yung kalamangan but still almost 1,000 ang hawak ng ONIC.
However, that was a big blunder mula dito sa side ng ONIC kasi wala silang napatay kasi hindi pa nila nakuha yung turtle with all of the commitments that they did, and si Lansu hindi nga nila na-punish. Getting that turtle means a lot para dito sa Twisted Minds dahil makaka-stabilize sila. Makakuha sila ng mga shields pa na extra, which means na in the next 2 minutes, tahimik sila makapag-farm.
At napaka-importante niya, no? If you're ONIC Philippines, basta makapag-farm si Savero na napakayaman na nga to begin with, ay makikita din natin na mag-scale up itong YSS na to. And for King Kong, ano ba yung win condition ng isang Harley when we look at quiet games like this? Kasi ang tahimik ng laro na to eh.
Oo, so force battle spells, yun yung mga win condition niya. Siya yung pupunta, siya yung mauunang mag-trigger ng mga team fights, tapos mga outplay. And the biggest na kailangan gawin dito ni King Kong is to take out etong si Sean, pati na rin si Owl.
At kanina pa nga nila sinusubukan nito. Twisted Minds behind just by 1,000. Naghahanap si Kaloy. Nakahanap ng isa. Ay, Brusco pala.
Okay, Purify nagamit dito ni Kaloy. So, may mga nakukuha dito no ang ONIC PH na mga spells. And importante ito lalo na sa ikatlong pagong ng laro natin. Walang ligtas itong si Kaloy mamaya.
Sabi, sobrang sanay kong makita si Kaloy na
Kaleya, no?
na namamaligpatan na ako. Pero Brusco on this Kaleya, forcing out the Purify. Ibig sabihin nito, no, sa upcoming third turtle of the game natin, ay potentially pa kasi Kaloy pa ang maging target nito. And sa pagkakaalala ko lang naman, ay kapag nasa langit ka na, ay hindi ka pwede mag-Golden R.
Talaga? Ay,
Hindi mo makakast.
Hindi mo pala makakast. Oo nga
Technically
pala.
controlled ganun, tas ano siya, yung high level na advanced CC. Or next, anong tawag din? Second level na CC. Basta yung mas mataas siya kaysa stun.
Ayun, di tingnan natin, ang ONIC PH ay kukunin na ng walang nagiging way dito ang Twisted Minds na masagot.
Brusco!
Pero dito na yung setup mula dito kay Brusco. River manipulation mula kay Son. Pero Super Prince natamaan nung stun na yun. Pero this time si King Kong naman ang pinupuntahan.
Oy,
Ano
Lansu!
na? Etong si Lansu! Saving Twisted Minds. Pero siya ata ang pupuruhan. Kailangan na niyong matrasan din siya essence para kitilin ang kanyang buhay. Nakakuha ng kill dito ang ONIC, gayon din naman ang Twisted.
Pero parang habang nangyayari ang lahat, nakalamang ata sa waves ang side ng Twisted Minds.
Bottom lane nakapag-push at quietly nakakuha ng Torre. Dito si Leomore dun sa may mid, pati yung purple buff. And then, you also add in yung farm na nakuha doon ni Owl. So, masasabi natin yung kill pumabor dito sa ONIC because of that -1. But the fact na nawalan sila ng jungler tapos nawala pa yung purple buff at nawalan sila ng Torre sa mid, ang technically nanalo sa trade na yon ay walang iba kundi Twisted Minds.
At mukhang naghihintay lamang pala ng tamang oras ang side ng Twisted Minds sa paggawa ng kanilang play. Mitigating the lead all the way down to 700 pero lamang pa rin naman ang ONIC Philippines. Nakakapanibago, Burrito Wolf. Ang baba talaga ng kill score natin. Talagang naghahanapan ng tamang oras ang dalawang koponan na ito.
And isipin mo yun, mula sa epic rivalry kanina na talagang bulusok itong dalawang team. Ito nagiging maingat. And yun naman kasi yung sinasabi nung composition ng Twisted Minds. Kailangan mo maging maingat. Kailangan sakto yung timing mo para doon sa golden hour ni Kaloy para magamit mo nga ng mahusay. Kasi kailangan mong partnerin yan. Kunyari yung blazing duet ni Owl, yung ano pa ba pwede i-partner yung kay Sean. Kasi wala naman silang technically projectile na pwedeng ipang-abang doon sa Golden Art kung iisipin mo, di ba?
And in the topic of pacing, napakabagal ng laro na ito. Sino pa ang nananalo kapag walang nangyayari?
Sa mismo matchup na to, halos pantay pero baka mas pumabor ako sa Twisted Minds. Kasi kung roll to roll, gold for gold, pares sa scaling sila, mid to mid, pares din scaling. Ang thing is, etong Marcel, later on, magiging problema. And if you compare the Phoebus and the usual, parang mas pumapabor sa Phoebus sa late game. So, To answer your question, Momi, mukhang mas papabor to sa Twisted Minds.
And if you're ONIC Philippines, gusto mong pabilisin ang larong ito, King Kong looking for
Aray!
Lansu. Ang sakit ng pinira ni King Kong dito kay Lansu at hindi pa niya, actually nagamit niya kanyang Deadly Magic.
Oo, pero mabilis din naman yung cooldown nun eh. So, kailangan umuwi dito ni Lanzo. Alam nila na 4v5. And pwedeng ulit-ulitin ito ni King Kong. Kasi alam niya, sino ba ang mag-start ng engagement, di ba? Si Lanzo naman eh, di ba?
And most likely, no, yung mga engagement na mangyayari dito sa Twisted Minds come late game, siguro inaabangan ko rin kung may mauuna bang golden hour.
Oo. Sa ngayon, wala pa naman eh, no? Kasi, again, hindi pa sapat yung damage ng Twisted Minds. And ang worry nila, kapag hindi nila kita si King Kong, kasi pag nag-golden hour at lumapit sila doon, pwede maka-preheat lang si King Kong eh, di ba?
Ayun ni King Kong, ha?
Di ba?
Nasa Lizard siya ng kabilang team.
Oo nga eh.
Although, I think they have also set up the slow push up top. So, nasa kanila naman talaga ang advantage.
Ako,
Oy,
Yung
si
sa
ano?
vision.
may pain
Si Sean.
ata na parang pain lang ata yung minion wave doon sa taas.
Si Sean, gagalaw. Gagalaw si Sean. Tatry niyang mag-def, pero hindi na muna lumabas itong si King Kong. Tumambay na siya dun sa may left push, sa mid. Pero alam niya ata, mapunta dun si Sean eh. Tinitingnan ko na sa minimap eh. Yan oh.
Naghihintay lamang ng go signal si King Kong. Nasa tapat na niya si Sean. Nasa tapat na niya ang mga gusto niyang i-burst. Ang tanong na lang ay kung gagawin ba niya. Pero mukhang hindi niya gagawin sa ngayon. Stun mula kay Kaloy.
Aray!
At napakasakit na nga dito nila sa Vero.
Kalahati ka agad dito si Kaloy. Kailangan magkumpulan muli ng Twisted Minds. Reset ang kanilang magiging call, pero si Sabero na pahawakin nila ng Lord.
Oo. At saktong-sakto naman YSS, mga sanay naman na maghawak ng Lord at this point. But I spoke mula dito kay Sean. Napakaingat ng parehas na kupunan. Ayaw magbigay.
Oo nga eh. Alam mo, regular season, simulan-simula. Siyempre gusto mo tapusin ang regular season, ang day 1 mo na may panalo, di ba? So, gets mo rin yung ginagawa ng ONIC PH and Twisted Minds dito eh.
Tsaka yung mga trade natin, parang ano siya, minimal mga trades lang.
Oo nga eh.
War of attrition. In fact, pwede na nga natin consider na pantay yung laban natin when it comes to the gold.
Parehas lamang. Sige,
Parehas
ganun na.
lamang.
Pwede ata to.
Wala rin lamang sa long lane. Uy, teka lang, nakaharap ng isa!
Ay, nasisimulan nila nagamit yung Golden Hour, pero isa lang ang nahuli. Beauty of the Phoenix! Ito na yung engagement mula sa ONIC PH. Pero yung Dragon ay papasok na hindi tumama yung Mountain Shocker. Atras muna si King Kong, Sabero. Pero siya pinuntahan dito ni Lansu. Nakakuha na ng kill. Ito si MP the King. Wala si Sabero. Si Ryota ay sinasalo lang yung damage.
Owl.
Apat na miyembro mula sa Twisted Mind ay buhay pa rin! At si Owl ay nakakuha na ng kill. Hindi pa tapos si King Kong. Si Lansu magiging parang niya. Kaya alam buhay pa rin. Nakapiso na naman. Dito ang Twisted Minds. At yung Lord ay pwede na nilang i-burst.
Walang retribution si King Kong, kaya naman makukuha ito ni MP the King. First Lord secured para sa Twisted Minds at dead even ang larong ito.
I think masasabi natin lamang na ang Twisted Minds because of that. Nakapag-push pa sila dun sa may top lane. Naturally, dahil sa sobrang indecisive ng ONIC Philippines. Ang ganda na sana ng play dun coming out from Super Prince after nung golden hour ng Marcel. Nakasan niya yung Fury of the Phoenix na shoot at shoot talaga. Kaso nga lang, nasa gitna ng laban, yung Yison Shin na dapat ay magiging reliever ng damage ng ONIC kapag napop na ang Fury of the Phoenix, hindi na ganun kataas yung DPS na magagaling mula dun sa mid laner nila. And without Savero, there wasn't enough damage mula sa ONIC Philippines.
Ang sakit talaga sa ulo ni Lansu on this Fovius. Siya yung nakatoka kay Savero during that time. Kumbaga nagmamakaawa siya, please mag-traceless ka.
Oo.
At hindi natin nakita yun. ONIC Philippines kailangan dumepensa. Golden hour na ikasa na rin para ma-delay yung Lord. Pwede pala yun.
Pwede pala yun.
May ganun pala.
May ganung play.
May ganun palang play, no? Pero again, matagumpay ang pagdepensa ng ONIC PH. Naguguluhan ako eh. Twisted Minds, ang bagal ng kanilang pacing. Pero ano, parang biglang bumubulusok.
Pag yun na nga,
Diba?
pag ginawa pag nag-go signal na sila, dire-diretso na. And that was led by Lansu and Kaloy. Ito na yung problema na sinasabi natin kanina na scaling for this Marcel. Nagkaroon ako ng maraming first-hand experience facing the Marcel. Sa una, makati lang siya at magaslaw. Pero sa dulo, pag mga bandang 15 minutes na nakakuha na siya ng mga items, sobrang kunat na. And that's what we saw. Imagine, Fury of the Phoenix na yung pang-counter dun sa Golden Hour, pero hindi pa rin nila natunaw si Kaloy.
Oo. Nakatakas pa nga ata si Aul. Na-trap din sa loob ng actually, no, mababalikan natin kung ano yung mga kaganapan sa nag-iisang team fight sa larong ito.
Yan, no? Tinan mo, saktong-sakto, hindi nga nila nakapitalize pero yung Fury of the Phoenix. Tapos naipin si Sabero hindi tumama yung bangka niya. Feeling ko kung tumama yung bangka niya, magbabago yung sitwasyon na yun.
Pwede. Hindi lang ganun kaganda yung execution mula dun sa ONIC Philippines.
And still anybody's ball game at this point. 800 lamang ang kalamangan ng Twisted Minds as we wait for the next big objective, which is the Lord. 40 seconds bago yung lumabas at in terms of wave management or yung kakayahan na alagaan ng mga wave, para may maliit na kalamangan ng Twisted Minds dahil ang dami pala nilang nakuhang tore sa huling beses na nanalo sila.
Kaloy nag-scout lang. And ito yung nakakatakot Sinasabi na kanina ni... wait lang.
Patay tayo dyan.
Wala na siyang Ay, nako! Ginamit yung Golden Arm, man.
Pero hindi yata siya pwedeng maapektuhan nun
Hindi. Ewan ko, good decision. Pero nadagdagan naman yung buhay niya.
Kumunat mayroon siya konting sustain na nakuha from that. And naka-sky Guardian Helmet.
Guardian Helmet din kasi.
Half boots. And
yun naman pala, kapag ka na-deadly magic ka, mag-selfie ka lang.
selfie ka lang.
Di ba?
Pwede yun, pwede yun.
Pwede palang counterplay. And with that, sisimulan na nga ang Lord Dance na ito. We are 16 minutes in with 7 kills dito sa Game 1 natin. Kung saan ayaw talagang magbigayan ng dalawang kupunan na ito. Flying Clouds could go either way. I think nung early days natin, Flying Clouds, sabi natin pang late game to. Pero may time naman na naging ang ikli ng mga Flying Clouds games natin.
Kakaiba ang nagiging tempo din kasi talaga ng Twisted Minds and ONIC. Nag-aantay lang. Pero unang mainip talo ata dito, Kaloy ang binurst. Pero this time wala na ata siyang pantakas. At mabibigyan na siya dito ni King Kong. Kaya papasok na rin si Brusco. Reroll manipulation na gamit. 4v5 ang magiging laban. Sabero sa gilid. Napana na si Brusco. Pag yung immortality niya. Kaya si Rota pinupuntahan ni MP the King. Kaya mag-sustain. Si Brusco na. Atoy para sa ONIC.
In out ng Twisted Minds.
Nakakatakot na para but Owl niya na pumunta yung mga initiators. Ngayon mapapatubo siya kahit papano.
Classic fighter emblem, pero Lanzo!
Ayun na gumamit ng Fury of the Phoenix. Lanzo kagad ang kanilang binurse. Kaya lang makaka-atras ang ONIC PH pero yung Lord ay nasecure na ng Twisted Minds.
At walang Unti-unti na atang napupunta sa pabor ng Twisted Minds ang larong ito.
Talagang nasa kanila lang ang pabor, masasabi ko. Because of the scaling of their heroes. And nakita din natin si Sean na nagiging problema malaki para sa side ng ONIC Philippines. Ang ginagawa ni Sean para siyang taga-protekta Parang dahil hindi siya nag-go ng ONIC Philippines because King Kong decides to pop the deadly magic onto Kaloy. Parang libre yung game para sa kanya. Kahit nga itong si Ryota, di natin nakikita na sinusubsob din itong si Sean. Kaya naman, kapag tinatry ng ONIC na lumapit, Nova pa lang, enough na para matumba yung mga heroes ng ONIC.
Oo, and parang kanina pa talagang si Kalo yung nagiging choice ng ONIC Philippines dito. And pakiramdam ko, ito na ata yung active na decision talaga ng ONIC Philippines sa pilayan ang playmaker on the side of Twisted Minds. Golden Hour is available. Hindi niya pipigilan yung Lord at this time around. One inhibitor turret na ang nawawala.
Okay, naghahanap si Kaloy na magiging target niya. Lord ay burst na rin ang mabilisan dito ng ONIC. And gusto ko lang sabihin, yung decision ni King Kong na laging i-burst itong si Kaloy ay maganda naman. Kaya lang pa rin, with the Sky Guardian helmet, parang wala tatambay lang dito si Kaloy, tapos babalik Hindi na niya kailangan mag-recall pa uwi.
I agree.
Di ba?
And kung sakaling ganun na nga yung mga options na natitira, Wolf, ano ba yung play, I would say, anong play na maganda para kay King Kong at this point?
Hanapin niya si Sean, siguro.
Talaga,
or maybe kay MP the King na underrated din pero nakakuha ng mga pick-offs
Oo nga. I mean, at this point, hindi pa talaga bumabagsak si MP the King. Ang tanging defensive item sa pagkakaalam ko ay Queen's Wings na hawak niya ngayon. And apart from that, of course, a Brute Force breastplate as well. Pero mukhang hindi na naman magti-teamfight ang dalawang kupunan na to. Maghihintay na naman ata tayo ng ating pangatlong Lord ng larong ito. The last 2 Lords ay napunta sa kamay ng Twisted Minds. Pero in terms of Turtles ay nakalamang ang ONIC Philippines. Pero mukhang maganda ang pwesto ng side ng ONIC ha. Naghahanap sila ng potential na pick-off.
No, binabagalan lang kung titingnan mo, no. And yung wave naman, minamanage sila pa unti-unti. Atoy R pala, meron na rin siyang chastise, no? So, kahit papano ay may konting pansagot doon kay Owl. Pero ang kailangan mag-ingat dito, ako medyo kinakabahan ako kay King Kong. Laging sobrang lalim niya and lagi siyang nakikita dito ng Twisted. Kasi isang huli lang ng Dark Wave, pre. May paglalagyan ko Diba?
Di madaling mabuhay kung ikaw ay isang Harley. And so far, Twisted Minds putting themselves up top, planting yung mga heroes nila dito sa mga possible entry points para makapag-set up ng slow push dun sa may taas magiging maganda. Kapag nahuli nga lang sila dito ng ONIC na nandun sila, pwedeng i-burst yung Lord. But it seems like that's not gonna be the case. After nilang mag-set up ng makapal na wave dun sa may top lane, aatras muna sila at pa-prioritize itong Lord.
Ako, si Lanzo ata magiging target dito ni King Kong, pero mukhang hindi na naman makakuha ng kill off to the deadly magic. But as you said, Burrito, mabilis lang naman ang cooldown ng ultimate na ito at nagpadala na rin ng ONIC ang kanilang first import sa top lane.
Ini-import sa taas.
Ini-import sa taas.
Ay, yun nga lang
naspatan.
Naspatan, nahuli ng CCTV. Yung mga poke na naitira dito kay King Kong, pag wala siya napapatay, hindi pabor ang mapa para sa kanila. Kasi nangyari, di ba, pag uwi ni Lanzo, may flying clouds So, balik lang din sila. Kaya papansin mo, kahit 60% HP, umuwi talaga si Lanzo
Oo, sulit na sulit yung uwi kasi mayroon namang expressway pabalik ng laban. And again, ang pumili ng ating mapa dito ay Twisted Minds dahil sila nga ang home team. Mamaya sa ating game number 2, chance naman ng ONIC Philippines na pumili ng mapa na hindi pa nalalaro. And of course, yung kanilang side. At kung mabot tayo ng game 3, randomizer na sa huling dalawang hindi nalalaro. Yan ang ating bagong rules sa loob ng mapa. Pero mukhang itutuloy na nga dito ng Twisted Minds ang Lord na ito.
Okay, may soft reset sila na gagawin. Papahawakan pa rin kay Owl. Iniispatan siya ni Kaloy. Pero mapapaatas! Uy, Flicker! Flicker na burn na rin dito ni Lanzu. Pagkakataon ba ng ONIC, nagpo-flow pa ng wave sa ibabang bahagi itong si King Kong pero bibitawan na muna nila yung Lord.
Wow! Imagine mo na burn mo na yung flicker ng Phobius pero disiplina pa rin para sa ONIC Philippines. Hahawakan na ito ni Savero. Kaloy!
Uy! Fury of the Phoenix, gamit. Purify para kay Kaloy. Naku, pagkakataon na ng ONIC PH na madaliin itong Lord na to.
Wow! When you see yung mga teams na maglalaro din specific series, Twisted Minds versus ONIC, ang expectation mo, high-octane gameplay. Bakbakan kung bakbakan, it's the complete opposite. Walang namatay sa exchange na yon. But for some reason, ONIC Philippines, nabugaw nila yung mga members ng Twisted Minds. Kanina pa nila tinatry itong poke playstyle nila at ngayon naging successful na finally. And all it took was a forced flicker mula kay Lanzu.
Wow. And this marks, I guess, the longest game so far ng Season 17. Ang Game 1 kanina ng ating first series ay 20 minutes. Ngayon ay pumapatak na tayo patungong 23. At hindi pa nga natatapos. Wala pang inhibitor turrets na bumabagsak sa side ng Twisted Minds. And for ONIC Philippines, tuloy lamang ang kanilang pagpupush. Available ang kanilang mga battle spells. At top lane nata ang kanilang unang punterya.
Yeah, abangan natin ito. It's all up to Super Prince kung paano niya kakapitalize yung mga pokes mula dito kay King Kong. Nakita natin yung Fury of the Phoenix. Kaya nabugaw din ang gusto at Twisted. Pero tatalo ang Fury of the Phoenix. Purify para dito kay Kaloy. Atras na rin muna dito ang Twisted. Tagumpay sila sa pagbasag ng Torres sa top lane. Ngayon, kasama pa nila itong Lord na ito pero tutuluyan na nga ng Twisted na i-burst ito with the help of MP, the King, and Owl. Pero round number 2 to
Black Dragon form na gamit na rin dito ni Atoy Army pero kailangan niyang bumalik. Tinawag kasi Bartel, MP, the King, Golden Hour! Hindi ko konekta pero mukhang bot lane pala ang gusto nila. Isang banat na lang para sa dalawa. In ONIC Philippines, hindi na nila itutuloy pa.
Walang nahuli pero si King Kong pumasok pa. Tinuluyan na nga yung Torre doon. Flying Clouds, hinahabol nila si King Kong. Alam nila kung saan manggagaling! Alam nila kung saan manggagaling si King Kong at I think si Brusco pa ngang mahuhuli nila dito.
Na-picturean na yung isa.
Ryota.
Mamaya lamang ay titignan na rin natin kung ano ang kailangan nating mairesolba. Kamustahin muna natin ang laman ng MPL Arena live ngayon sa puso ng Quezon City. Victoria Sports Tower, kamusta ang ating mga super fans?
Hey!
Ayan,
Grabe ang sigaw. Ayan na, may tambulan na.
Kakaiba yun ah. Yung mahuhuli, nahuli na nila si Ryota for sure. Pero malapit na malapit si Ryota dun sa Cyclone Eye. As in, konting hinga na lang.
Konting
Kaso
kanan
nakapos.
lang. Ayan o, konting kanan lang
Konting
pala.
kanan lang. Ang problema, well, mayroon siyang immortality. So may chance talaga siya mabuhay dito. Wala siya nung dragon form. As of now, ang mahalaga para sa ONIC, buhay si King Kong. Walang Fury of the Phoenix. May potential na Romespo dito si Brusco. Ang delikado dito is kapag nag-overcommit ang Twisted Minds, merong Yisun Shin dun sa may gitna na pwede na rin tuluyan yung tore na yon.
Oo. And so far, no, 5 seconds bago pumasok sa 24-minute mark. Safe to say, nakadepensa naman ang Twisted Minds mula sa Lord finish attempt ng side ng ONIC Philippines. May chance pa ata na tumagal ito ng 28, I would say. Kasi may mag-iisang Lord pa pag sinayaw nila yun. Ito total post pa lang naman. May 13 seconds pa. Give me a game timer.
28.
28 ka. Ikaw, Wolf, ano sa tingin mong, anong oras
Para
ba?
sa 28 din naisip ko eh. Pero sige, 26.
26. Okay, you know what? I'll go straight all the way to 30.
30. Okay.
Ite-30 ko na to, pare.
Trentahin.
30. Total, 2 taon na lang. 30 na rin naman ako.
At
Magkalabasan na tayo dito
sige,
ng edad.
At kami dalawa ni Wolf ay 30 na.
Oo.
Trentahin na.
Konti na lang, susunod na ako sa inyo.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome, welcome.
Enjoy mo na ang nalalabi mo.
Wait lang. Unang tanong, may gout ka ba?
Wala.
Uy.
Wala pa, wala
O,
pa.
diba? Sabi nga sa basketball, diba? Last 2 minutes. Ako naman, last 2 years.
That's to
Uy,
you.
shoutout pala kila Odin. Hello. Ang
yeah.
ating mga host, of course, si Denise.
Ito na. Chachap-chapin na.
Ayan na, bumibuelo na.
Bumibuelo na.
Ano?
Joke lang.
Ano, sir?
pa.
Ano, sir?
Hihintayin pa natin, of course, ang ating head referee na si Sed, nag-aantay lamang ng signal to start the game once again as we enter the land of dawn. Muli, game 1 po ito. Reset muna ang ating matutunghayan. 30 segundos bago lumabas ang susunod na Lord. Mukhang malapit-lapit nga sa 28 minutes yung posibleng mangyari dito.
Oo. Ngayon, 20 seconds naman para doon sa Lord.
Maganda yung item pickup na nakita dito ko mula kay Owl. Opted to go for the Winter Crown. In fact, dalawa yung mga heroes dito na nag-Winter Crown para sa side ng Twisted Minds. At tingin ko ito yung way nila para din mapunish itong si Ryota.
Oo.
Oo nga, no?
And Ryota, as of now, no, still 1 and 2. Ito ba ulit yung bago na kailan yung huling beses na naglaro si Ryota sa Pilipinas? Omega pa ata siya nun eh.
Oo nga eh.
He played the game sa ONIC actually last season. So,
Hindi
pero
ko
ang
maalala
binabad si Kirk.
Hindi ko maalala kung Teres na ba o Uranus yung ginamit niya noong time na yon. Pero mga ganun kasi. Parang yung playstyle kasi ni Ato R, ganun eh.
Speaking of Uranus, no, namimiss ko na rin yung Yura ni Boss Lanzu, the Admiral.
Ayo.
The Admiral, Flicker.
Pumiflicker in sa 5 para mang-slow ng 4 o 3. Lanzu!
Ayun na, sinimulan na kagad. At si Sabero! Ang namatay sa mga main damage dealer dito ng ONIC PH. Ngayon, atras si Ato R. May event din si Brusco. Mayroon pa naman siya immortality. Pero tatalo-talo na si Lanzu. Nakupo na zone yung dalawa. Si King Kong ay nag-aabang pa rin! Dalawa na kagad ang tumupay na para sa ONIC Philippines. Out na muna dito si King Kong. Buhay pa rin. Itong si Kaloy and Lanzu. Nagamit lang yung Winter Crown at iniwasan. Naku, iniligtas! Iniligtas si Sean, mga kaibigan! At napapa rin yung immortality pero masyado nang malayo dito si King Kong. Atras muna dito. Super Prince in Atoy R. Kaya ba nilang isave ang ONIC PH? Pero si MP naking ang nagwagi. Pwede pa ata mag-rundown. Si Aung ngayon ay mapapa BMI. And the Blazing Duet! Pero wait lang daw kasi si Super Prince ay kukuha din ng isa.
Walang libreng Lord. The Monster Mage finds one. Pero napakaganda ng pinakita ng Twisted Mind sa pag-secure ng Lord na yun.
At ang una nilang ginawa ay i-welcome si Sabero dito sa Pilipinas with that wonderful play, and that also started with Lanzu. Kaka-mention lang ni Wombi yung Flicker, Uranus siya. But this time, Flicker with the Dark Wave mula sa Phobius was enough to pinpoint kung nasa si Sabero na hindi rin naka-purify. Obviously, typically naman, Flicker talaga ang choice. Pero malingat ka lang saglit, mapipitas ka ng mga members ng Twisted Minds. At nung wala na si Sabero, nawala na rin ng Lord Control ang ONIC. Magaling lang talaga sila mag-force ng teamfights at napatay pa nila dito si Owl. But we know for sure that ONIC is a little bit in trouble ngayon.
Yeah, at saka aabot ito eh, may flying clouds if in case eh, no? At pwedeng bagalan ng Twisted Minds sa itong pagsuong ng Lord. Remember, 18-minute Lord, itong sinasalubong ng ONIC PH.
Kaloy looking for Brusco. Makikita niya, golden hour, hindi pa gagamitin. Pero mukhang ayaw atang gumawa ng play ni Brusco dito. Focus muna sa Lord. Ang sanghapdi naman nun.
Napakahapdi. Naku, na-force na rin yung river manipulation. Si Ryota ay tumitingin-tingin. Kaloy, naku, baka mapicturean sila dito Though wala namang flicker itong si Kaloy para abutin itong si Sabero and Brusco. Pero napababa na nila yung buhay ng Lord.
Oo. At importante yan para sa ONIC Philippines dahil the more and earlier na ma-burst nila yung Lord na to, yung mas mataas ang tsansa na makadepensa sila dito. At mukhang papabutin lamang nila sa loob ng base pero agad din nilang mabuburst. Ang hapdi-hapdi na ng Twisted Minds.
Grabe, dalawang hampas lang ng Lord. Isip, lampas kalahati, kagad yung buhay ni Sabero. Ganun ka-update. At kailangan talaga nilang bantayan itong next na Lord na darating in 30 seconds,
30 seconds. Ganun katagal nila na take down yung Lord.
Diba?
May depensa naman ang ONIC Philippines sa may gitna.
Kung sila ay gagamitin na, si Kiko ngayon ay napatras na. Nagamit yung golden hour pero sa likod na bahagi ay nabuhat ng isang miyembro mula sa Twisted Minds. Napagamit na ng mga winter counts. Si Sabero ay nakakuha na ng kill. Ang posisyon ay nakabawi din naman. Mamamaalab din ata si Atoy. Ay nagamit pa yung winter crown para makasurvive. Pero kukuha ng kill itong si Sabero at dalawang kanyang nakuha. Magiging tatlo pa.
2 for 3 ang naging exchange. Walang jungler ang side ng Twisted Minds pero ang daming dedepensahan ng ONIC.
They have to defend 2 of their lanes. Pero dahil tatlo sila dito at pwede na rin i-work in yung Lord, nasa kanila tigis aggressive para dito sa Twisted Minds.
Ay!
Siya doon sa Fear of the Phoenix. Sabi niya, sige, pakain na natin tuluyan. Masyado na atang malabo para sa Twisted Minds na Flying Clouds. Pero sabi ng ONIC PH, hindi. Bilisan na natin ang pag-arangkada nito.
Grabe, mayroon silang Gison Shield bigla. Lord, kung hindi dalawang damage dealers yung natira doon, tatagal yung Lord na yun. At alam naman natin, makunat kasi yung mga Lord sa mga moment na yun. But this golden hour might have been bad actually para dito sa lang siya ng side ng ONIC Philippines. Yung Fury of the Phoenix na pwedeng gamitin after that golden hour, nakikita pa rin natin yung value. Coming out from this Zetyan, na last pick coming out from ONIC Philippines. Siyempre, doon rin sa last clash na yon, nahayaan na si Sabero na magluto para sa ONIC Philippines. Nakakuha ng triple kill at hindi nauna na napatumba ng kanilang nakatapat.
Oh, and I wouldn't say na parang nahirapan nata si Sabero sa game na to. Again, the early game ay napakatahimik. Kumbaga lahat naman ng mga taong kailangan mag-farm ay nakapag-farm. And it all boils down to this. Late game scenarios na kapag nagkamali ka, ay pwede ka pang mag-altab at manood muna ng MPL.
Wait lang, hindi ko napansin kung ilang minuto na ba ang 29 minutes.
Oo.
29 minutes na ang umandar. At mukhang mananalo ka, Umi. 30 ata ito.
Sayang hindi ko nilagyan ng ng papremyo.
Oo nga eh.
O parusa man lang para sa mga nagkakamali. And of course, we'd like to acknowledge yung mga malupitang guests natin.
Yun.
Ating mga super fans. And kung di ako nagkakamali, si ano eh?
Sino? Yung si Janine?
Hindi, kanina si Janine
si Janine,
Berdin
kanina.
Siyempre, sino yung artista natin para sa series na to? Oh, may isa pa eh.
Si Midnight?
Si Midnight.
Nandiyan siya eh, sa gilid.
Nandun din sa gilid.
Si Naisu?
Si Naisu nasa English desk. Yan, marami din namang mga artistahin na mukhang plakadong-plakado na sa pagpasok natin dito.
Daddy King Kong. Si Daddy King Kong, si Daddy King Kong.
Si Daddy King Kong.
Diba?
Na siyempre ay perfect ang
Follow nyo
attendance.
sa may social media at nagpo-post ng mga highlights na kanyang
Mga basketball.
Basketball.
Meron yan, 30 points. May 40 points pa na game yan. Si Dali King Kong, malupit yan.
Saludo, malupit. At alam mo ang aking paborito talaga. Isa talaga sa mga metric para sa akin kapag successful na MLBB player ka.
Ano yan?
Na yung magulang mo ay nagiging vlogger na rin.
Ayan, oo, sila Carl, di ba?
Oh, sila Carl, si Mami Carl
Ay, oo
TZ.
nga.
Si sino pa ba? May mga kamag-anak din si Flap TZ na si Mami Flap TZ.
Si Mami
Flap na
Flap.
lang pala. Si Mami Flap.
Si Daddy King Kong.
Si Daddy King Kong.
Ayun yung artista. Ay, hindi pinaki...
Ay, oo.
Nakita yung artista. Ayun.
Neil de Guzman.
Ayan,
Talagang binanggit yung government name.
Narinig ko yung government name. Ang kulit
Kulang
mo
pa yun,
naman kay
kulang pa
Samir
yun.
sa
Kulang pa yun.
Pueto.
Oy, ba't mo naman kinumpleto? Theodore Ignacio.
Wala bang babanggit ng Aaron Paul Gali dito?
Sinabi mo na eh.
Sinabi mo na rin eh. And
Text
ito,
ka na sana eh.
ito initignan natin ngayon. Tinutour namin kayo sa Victoria Sports Tower na by the way, bagong venue po ng MPL Philippines. So kung napapadaan po kayo dito sa Quezon City, ay bumili na kayo ng inyong tickets. Available din po ang mga season passes.
Oo.
Na hindi ko alam kung, to be honest, ang alam ko, pag bumili ka doon ng season pass, madami ka nang makukuha.
Marami talaga. Marami talaga. Ito, marami rin tayong aabangan. Dahil official na ata aabot ng 30 minuto itong larong ito kasi for sure hindi naman pwera itong magkabilang kupunan na to. Mag-aantay pa ng Lord and ONIC PH ang may hawak nito.
Oo. And malaki ang chance na makita na natin ang katapusan ng laro ng ito if ONIC Philippines is able to push with this level of Lord. Tandaan natin, lumalakas ang Lord habang tumatagal ang laro.
At syempre, pati yung mga squishy heroes dito ng side ng Twisted Minds ay mananakit. Katulad doon nangyari dito kay Savero.
Oo. Si Super Prince last time, inatkat din ang mga minions. No?
Ayaw nga.
So abangan natin to. King Kong ay papasok. May Lord na rin. Sila
Ayun,
nasa lubong.
sakit.
Hindi mo naman yung mga hampas dito ng mga minions. And nandun si King Kong. Kailangan na rin umatras. Si Lanzo ay napagamit na rin ng Winter Count. Tumama ba yung bangka? Hindi tumama! Naku, kailangan na matras si Savero dito pero makakakuha pa siya ng kill! 4v5 ang magiging action at hindi pa nila natutunan yung Lord. Medyo hirap ata sila. Napicturean yung dalawa with the golden hour. Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin dito ang pagsugod ng Super Family as they will take game number 1.
Debut game para kay Savero at mananalo ang ONIC Philippines in game number 1. 30 minutes of action para sa ating serye.
At dahil 30 minutes of action na nakita natin yung Lord of napakasakit ng damage. Nakita nyo naman, isang hampas doon si Owl kailangan ng umuwi.
Kalahati
And si Sean tinry niyang dumepensa na pop yung immortality niya because of that. The members of Twisted Minds had to scramble. Medyo nagpanic sila doon. Tinry nilang i-go si Savero na out position dito si Lanzo. Nung nakita nilang namamatay na si Sean, kinailangang kumonekta ni MP the King at nawalan sila ng depensa. This game is such a good game.
At saka hindi rin makaalis kanina si Savero doon, ay si Al doon dahil may Lord pa nga. Kalahati pa lampas yung buhay ng Lord na may namatay na kagad sa kanila na isa. Men, ano talaga to? Mas tumagal yung laro kaya humihir. Hindi ko na ma-explain. Ano
Dinaplisan lang ng kamao ni Lord number 5. Si Aulay, naramdaman na agad niya yung kalahati na kanyang buhay na wala. And despite the very long game, konti din lang yung yung highlights natin dito, no? Yung hindi proportionate sa 30 minutes.
Kasi War of Attrition, nakita natin poke battle. I think this was the poke na akala natin papanalo but Owl was able to pump the ult tapos nakapag-turn around pa sila MP the King with 2 kills. At ito na yung nagbigay ng advantage para sa Twisted Minds. At ito lalo yung nahanap si Savero.
You know?
The very well placed Dark Wave after the flicker. May force fight nga lang din talaga na factor para sa ONIC Philippines na na-mention din natin sa Keys to Victory. At kung paano ginagamit din ng ONIC Philippines yung Golden Hour against the members of Twisted Minds. Flicker coming out from Super Prince to eliminate etong si Owl. At ito na yung depensa and makikita natin na si Brusco nakakuha pa. At syempre damage si Super Prince after Golden Hour. At this time si Savero with the safety of his 2 teammates na may kasama pang Torre. Makakuha ng triple kill to eventually win it para dito sa ONIC Philippines.
I feel like the scariest part about the Golden Hour ay it could go either way. Nakita natin sa larong ito na yes, napakalakas niyang ultimate pero may mga oras na tila ba hindi natin maintindihan kung nakabuti ba ito o nakasama. Pero most cases naman, para sa Twisted Minds ay maganda yung naging usage ito.
May mga punto lang talaga na kung maalala natin, projectile yung mga baraha, ayan na. Kinasahan na ng barahan ni King Kong. Op!
Oh, aray ko, ang sakit naman. Ang ating Game 1 MVP, walang iba kung hindi si King Kong on his Harley.
Yeah. Pag nakita natin yung anti na barahan na talaga, nakita mo yung kung paano niya ginagamit yung Deadly Magic for poke. Pero hindi yun yung lang yung poke niya. Kahit wala siya ng ultimate, gagamit lang niya yung first skill tapos second skill to get out. Enough na eh. Kasi yung cycle nga ng mga abilities and spells niya, sobrang bilis na because of the cooldown reduction. However, tingin ko, team effort and shot calling ang tunay na MVP sa match na to. Not only for ONIC Philippines, pati na rin dito sa Twisted Minds, kung gaano ang ganda yung coordination nila. However, ONIC Philippines, basta nakakapag-free si Savero, na nakita natin dun sa last 2 clashes, dun na nanalo sila sa mga team fights.
Tsaka gusto ko lang sabihin dito, no, the very first time na nakita natin yung Harley sa Aurora Gaming Turkey, di ba? Nung M7, iba pa buuhan nun. Medyo attack speed type pa yung buuhan nun. This time kasi, puro burst eh.
Burst and CD.
Burst tsaka
CDR.
CD reduct. Kaya talagang pag may inabutan na may pinaglalagyan, even itong si Lanzo, nararamdaman na rin niya yung mga baraha talaga eh.
Tsaka yung mga high cooldown ultimates kasi mula sa Twisted Minds, especially the Golden R, parang binibait ata ni King Kong na ilabas. And very deserving of the MVP, I would say, na kahit pa hindi nakakapatay yung Deadly Magic, 70% of the time, nakakailang kasi na umuuwi ka pa ulit-ulit.
There was a time na nanalo ang ONIC Philippines dahil lang na-force nila yung flicker kay Lanzu. Walang namatay dun sa teamfight pero yung Lord na punta sa pabor ng ONIC Philippines only because na-force niya yung flicker ng isang hero. And even a Purify, di ba? Yung mga ganong klaseng bagay na War of Attrition, doon nag-excel ang mga teams sa magaling mag-poke. To be fair, ONIC, it didn't look good dun sa una pero nung tinisat na talagang pinatuloy-tuloy lang nila yung plano nila sa laban na to na mag-poke at mag-force ult, mag-force battle spell, eventually sila yung na-reward. It wasn't the cleanest. And they tried their best at parang talagang 30 minutes yung kailangan nilang bunuin. Pero if you keep true to what you want to do at tapos nahanap mo na yung opening, doon na sila na-rewardan.
And alam mo yung mga ganitong classic series na kapag umabot ng 30 minutes tayong nanonood ng MLBB, usually yung game to nito yung nagiging pambawi.
Ay, oo.
So honestly speaking, hinihintay ko na kaagad kung ano yung ilalabas ng dalawang teams na ito.
Oo, lalo na may sorpresa din na inilabas sa Twisted Mind ngayon. No? Hindi man super gumana ito sa kanilang poder at may paminsan-minsan pa ay nagiging epektibo para sa ONIC Philippines o Golden Hour. Pero hindi dito titigil si Coach Bonchan. May ano yan eh, may mga something na recipe na ihinanda niyan. Ilang buwan nagpahinga ang Twisted Minds, di ba?
Yeah, alam naman natin na ang mga teams din, kaya naman siguro hindi natin nakita yung Marcel dun sa previous series kasi oo, maganda at OP ang Marcel kapag malupit yung magamit. Pero pag pinagplanuhan din kayo ng kalaban at alam mo yung paano kontra yun, pwedeng gamitin yung Golden Hour against you.
At dyan ata natin nakuha yung sagot kung bakit hindi rin masyado nailabas doon sa pinakauna nating serye. And of course, sobrang lupit ng experience dito ngayon sa Victoria Sports Tower. Iba pa rin talaga ang feeling kapag nandito kayo mismo sa loob ng MPL Arena para sumigaw at sumuporta.
Aminin na natin, no? Yun talaga yun eh. Bili na ng tickets for as low as 250 pesos sa pamamagitan ng pagbisita sa MPLPH website. Available din ang regular and season passes.
Kaya wag nang magpatumpik-tumpik pa, secure seats. And now, magkita-kita tayo dito sa Victoria Sports Club. Palag na to.
Nakakatuwa makita na yung mga super fans natin na ngayon ay mas malapit na sa Quezon City. Na by the way, 90% sa inyo masaya. Ako medyo bitter ako kasi syempre malayo. 90%.
Hindi naman ata kasi...
Ang 10% ay kami ni Odin kasi si Odin taga-Indang tas ako taga-Imus.
Pasig-tagig ako eh. Medyo malayo-layo.
Gusto ko yung nire-reveal nyo talaga kung saan kayo nakatira.
Okay lang, alam naman ng mga followers namin yan. And of course, para sa ating mga super fans, alam nyo ba na ang mga lalaki ay 5 times more prone sa dandruff? Don't let flakes ruin your focus.
Power up with Clear Men. Its triple cooling power gives you 100% dandruff-free hair for that ultimate fresh healing. Supercharged with Clear.
Sino kaya ang maswerteng mabibigyan ngayon? Kanina may nakita tayo, kuya na nakakimpi.
Oo.
Hindi ko alam kung magbibigay pa tayo, pero kung manonood kayo dito,
Pag nanonood kayo mismo on-site, bukod sa advance na kayo sa mga kaganapan, meron pa kayong chance sa manalo ng mga freebies natin. At makikita nyo pa si Naisu.
Oo, na nasa tabi lang namin.
nasa tabi lang namin. Kanina pa namin pinagmamasdan. Oo, ibang klase ang mga Razorback effect natin dyan ha. Pero mukhang magtutuloy-tuloy lamang ang ating serye dito. And exciting makita ko ano nga ba ang susunod.
Welcome back, MPL Superfans. This is your host, Denise, and we're at a very new space here in the Victoria Sports Complex, the Wall of Fame, where we recognize the greatness of our Filipino athletes. It's a space dedicated to our athletes who put the Philippines on the map. From our courts to the arenas, we celebrate our icons who put and give their all to the flag. And joining us today is Mr. Michael Martinez. Hi,
Hello.
Michael. Welcome
Thank you for
here.
having me.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kamusta ka?
I'm doing good. Pretty happy.
Pretty happy. Kamusta? You're at the new venue of MPL Season 17.
I'm very excited, and I'm very excited to watch, and I can't wait.
Yes. So to those who do not know, Michael here is our first Southeast Asian figure skater to qualify in the Winter Olympics. He's also a two-time Triglab Trophy champion and a silver medalist in the men's individual free skating event during the 2017 SEA Games. How are you? How is it like being an ice skater?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's very challenging at some times, but it's fun.
It's
yeah.
fun. And you're an MLBB fan.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ano ka napunta sa MLBB?
Actually, a couple of my friends are like inviting me to play lang, and then all of a sudden I got addicted to it na.
You got addicted to it.
And then yeah, I started purchasing like the skinner. Yeah.
So, mahilig kang mangolekta ng skins.
Yeah.
You really invest sa skins.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael, alam naman natin no, na grabe yung pressure for
Yes.
MLBB players and
100%.
also like your sport itself, it's a very, you're under pressure.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that, the pressure?
I think the pressures will always gonna be there with you. So what I do is basically just do what I needed to do during practice and give it your all para pagdating ng competition, you get to relax and you get to enjoy your time there.
Yeah, I think pressure pa yung takot sa'yo.
Yeah,
Oh?
grabe.
No, but kidding aside, Michael, no, you've been a global icon. You've been on the global stage. You know, hindi biro ang makapunta sa Winter Olympics that we know of. So anong mapapayo mo sa other players natin who also want to be a global icon?
When you're doing something, you gotta give it your all because if not, like, para saan pa, diba? And you gotta, for you to be able to see the results, you gotta put in all the effort every single day, little by little, and it will show up.
It will show up.
Yeah.
And now I heard you're teaching. You're
Yes.
more in the teaching side na.
Right now, I'm very happy and that I get to coach the next generation of figure skaters. I'm very happy. I get to share my knowledge and everything else, and also to inspire them. I'm actually thinking of going back to competing.
Ooh.
Yeah, but nothing serious. It's just for me to inspire the kids, my students, and everybody. So just for fun.
We'd love to see that. I'm excited to see that, you back on the figure skating. But, okay, Michael, thank you so much. But before we let you go, okay lang ba? It's an honor that we get to have your signature here on the very first signature on our Wall of Fame. Thank you so much.
Thank
okay,
you.
let me get the mic for you.
Thank you.
Okay. How are you feeling? You have your signature here.
Grabe. That's
Okay,
crazy.
Yeah. At syempre, Michael, iba yung energy dito. Iba yung energy sa stage.
100%,
I wanna
yeah.
invite you to say, of course, our tagline for this season. Michael, you got this? You ready?
MPL Philippines Season 17, palag na to.
Maraming salamat, Denise, at maraming salamat din kay Sir Michael Martinez, isa sa mga pinakamalupit na figure skater sa buong mundo, hindi lamang sa Southeast Asia.
Napakalupit nito, no? Kasi, again, nagkakaroon na ng something, meron naman talaga something in common ng mga sports and sports. Alam mo yun, yung mga traditional na sports, like basketball, volleyball, and this moment is the figure skating, di ba? And ang MLBB din kasi, nandun na rin di ba?
Sa competition, I guess yung din yung sa perfection. Nakakatuwa na makarinig ng mga magandang mga salita mula sa ating mga mga bayaning Pilipino na rin.
Atleta.
So, ayun, suportahan natin yung ating mga mga Olympians?
Oo, mga Olympians natin, mga Filipino athletes natin. Mapa-esports man o sports, saludo kami sa inyo. Maraming salamat in serving your country. Ibang klase ang pinakita ni Michael Martinez in his time na nagko-compete. Tinis pa nga niya na babalik sa pagko-compete. Pero syempre, focus daw siya sa kanyang mga estudyante ngayon. At ngayon naman ay focus tayo sa ating game number 2 para sa ONIC Philippines na kukuha naman ng red side and Expanding Rivers ang kanilang map of choice.
Pakiramdam ko, no, hinasa na rin ng ONIC yung red side. Kasi kanina, game number 1, red side sila. So, parang may indication ito na dahil nga may option ka sa kapag first pick ka or second pick ka na mapunta sa red side, baka ito ata isa sa mga hinasa nila. And yung counter picking kasi isa rin sa mga specialty ni Coach Hazen eh.
That's right. Isa sa mga typical na mga plays. Pero tingin ko ang Twisted Minds mahilig din sa there was siguro iba-iba rin yung flavor.
Last season kasi ganun eh.
Red side yung mas gusto nila. There are times pag si Bonchan, di ba, nung kanilang World Championship run, ganun din. Second pick yung mas gusto dahil nakakita sila dito ng mga counter plays. But in this particular game, ang naisip kong pwedeng ibahin siguro yung choice dun sa Leomord versus Harley. Baka mag-Guinevere na lang. Kasi I feel like yung ito kay MP Daking, naalala ko rin na malupit siya mag-Guinevere. Although, siya rin naman yung una nag-Leomord nung hindi pa uso yung Leomord. But I feel like
siya din yung nagpauso ng Bane tsaka Nolan.
Actually, I guess, madami talaga siyang arsenal, kumbaga.
Oo. At ito si Aul nagbabalik din sa Pilipinas. Kung maalala natin, naglaro din naman siya for other teams like Blacklist International sa Pilipinas. Pero sa kanyang time in abroad, napakadami na rin. Yeah,
Guangzhou Gaming, yung recent na pinuntahan niya. Unfortunately, hindi naging maganda yung kanyang performance. Naalala ko nung M7, wildcard pa lang ay nasilat sila, di ba? Nagkaroon sila ng pagkakataon na lumaro doon sa Grand Finals nung wildcard. Pero ang maganda dito, yung mga learnings na nakuha niya overseas.
Tsaka, grabe naman yung M5 third placer ka. M5 World Championship third placer. And of course, yung SEA Games gold medal na nakuha niya.
Ibang klase talaga. And may mga traditional and esports athlete natin dyan. Ang dami nating mga gold medalist. Shoutout sa lahat ng mga nakakuha na ng gold medal sa buhay nila. Sa lahat ng mga gold medalist sa chat, comment nyo na, oy, ako nung grade 3, gold medalist ako.
Oo, di ba?
Totoo yun, by the way.
Marami talaga. Ay, talaga ba? Anong sports ba or
academic?
Ay, grabe ka
achiever
naman.
pala to.
Achiever. Si achiever pala to.
Tumigil na doon kasi na-discover ko na ang mundo ng video games. Joke lang, actually, napagsabay ko yun. Graduate ako on time and everything. Of course, naging malaking parte ng passion at pamumuhay ko. Naniniwala kasi ako, hindi malayo lang tayo saglit, na hindi lamang academic and part ng extracurricular yung video games ngayon. Na ang mga esports athletes natin ay talagang nabibigyan na ng tsansa na ilabas ang kanilang passion sa ganitong klaseng bagay.
Oo, sobrang saya, no? Parang, ngayon kasi, na-embrace na fully ng Pilipinas. Hindi lang Pilipinas, pati yung karating bansa natin, no? Na ang esports ay isa na talagang karera.
Di ba nga yung mga players dun sa Team Falcons, this was from MENA.
Doktor yung isa.
May isang
engineer.
Doktor, tapos may isang engineering student. So, napapagsabay nila yon. Ganun sila kalupit.
Oy, shoutout din sa lahat ng mga collegiate MLBB teams natin dyan. Napakadami ng mga collegiate teams natin at napakapalo din nila. And of course, may mga iba nga ditong mga MPL players natin na nakikipag-scrim sa mga collegiate teams. And sa pagkakaalala ko, yung MSL o nga ating Collegiate League for MCC pala. Sorry, MCC dito sa Pilipinas ay parte sila ng MDL kung sino man yung magkakampiyon doon. Kaya meron talagang collegiate team sa MDL. It's an actual path to pro.
Mga kailangan gawin. Pero at the same time, mapagsabay yung sa passion. So, yun naman yung kagandahan sa ating liga.
Oo. And right now, we are just waiting for Game 2 to start. Mahabang diskusyon, especially for Twisted Minds, considering na nagkaroon sila ng edge or advantage sa pagpili ng mapa at side kanina pero hindi naging kanais-nais ang resulta. Kailangan talagang bumawi dito sa game number 2.
Para sa game number 2, pwede nating i-focus din yung draft. But there's also that execution na pwede rin ayusin ng Twisted Minds. I am not saying na mali yung ginagawa nila, but they did not adjust fully dun sa poke na ginagawa ng ONIC Philippines. And the way that you counter poke is to full commit. Pwede, katulad nung yan, isang time na nung si Lansu gumawa dun ng play, but I think they're still reactive dun sa ibang mga plays na nakita natin. No? Initay nila pumasok muna yung ONIC tapos nila try nila i-counter. When they did try to go for the counter initiate, dun pa sila na napasama. So, I would feel like para dito sa Twisted Minds, kung sakaling maulit man yung nature ng dalawang hero compositions, be more na sa kanila initiative na mag-start ng mga teamfight.
Oo. Tsaka feeling ko, no, yung ganong approach na ginawa nila, kinakalkula na nila yung room for error. So ngayon, maaaring yun yung isa sa mga tingnan nila sa pagpasok ng ating draft.
And this is game number 2 between ONIC Philippines and Twisted Minds. Katulad na lamang ng sinabi ni Wolf, kailangan maging mas maingat ang Twisted Minds sa paggawa ng kanilang mga plays, especially yung decisiveness. The moment na lumabas yung ganong klaseng laruan muli sa ONIC Philippines. Pero mukhang bago ang ating makikita dito, no? With the side selection update as well. At saka yung expanding reverse na mukhang dadalas yung mga mahilig mag-double lane.
Oo. Like Harif, Granger, Claude even, pwedeng consider. And remember game number 1 na na-prioritize yung Kalea, parang binigay ng ONIC Philippines yung first pick dahil alam nilang babalik sa kanila yung Kalea. This time, iba yung na-foresee ng ONIC Philippines na magiging first pick sa kanila. So they opted to ban this Kalea na magiging importante din para kay Kaloy. So this is a very interesting approach, and now they ban the carry. There's also that potential na sila naman na mag-prioritize ng Claude. But Sora is open.
Sora is open, and game 1, Eve ang naging first pick. Ang dami atang bigayan ngayon.
Wow, Eve ang kanilang kukunin. Kapag hindi kinuha ng Twisted Minds yung Sora na to, maaaring mapunta sa ONIC PH. So kailangan nilang partneran yung Sora. Ano ba maganda?
Tingin ko dito Hilda para dun sa pang-go nila dun sa may Eve. And Khalid din as well para dito kay Kaloy.
How about this yan? O kahit mamaya na, no?
Kahit mamaya, kahit third pick. And Guinevere as well. At syempre yung Claude naman na inang sasagot din sa Eve. Potential.
Yun.
Ay, Claude.
Oo. May kasabayan na nga rin nata na hinihintay nating room pick. It's going to be the Khalid. Yung Claude at Khalid ay para bang ang ganda ng early, ng halo, timpla ng early game at late game.
At sakto na dahil hindi na kailangan problemahin yung carry dahil ONIC mismo yung nag-ban. So, right now, I wonder what ONIC is gonna be thinking about. Harley ba ulit ito? And if so, kukunin ba nila yung Hilda? But then again, mayroon ng Khalid dun sa kalaban, so parang alam nilang pwedeng magulo yung isang Harley. But there might be a change now. Leomord is open para sa ONIC, and so is Guinevere.
Oo. Namiss ko na rin yung suyo ni King Kong, ha?
Oo nga, no?
Oo.
Ang hula ko dito, uy,
Oy!
nasa Amon.
Ayan na.
Nasa Amon, at yun nga, yung Hilda.
Wow.
Nila.
Parang ano to, M6 feels para sa fanatic ONIC during that time.
Naalala ko yung M6 feels eh. Iba talaga gumalaw si King Kong dito sa suyo na to. Doon na uso yung
Sigma pattern.
Sigma pattern. 8 minutes, 15, level 15, mga ganon.
Parang pabilisan eh, laging may racing.
Wow! Okay, so this is where I don't agree anymore with Twisted Minds. Meron ng Eve, meron ng Suyo sa kabila. But they still opted to go for the Limmer. Granted, you have the Khalid para dun sa may Eve. Pero nga lang, Hilda pa siya na problema as well as the Suyo. Na typically ay baliktad. Leomord yung mauuna tapos ka-counterin ng mga heroes nitong ONIC Philippines. So, I wonder kung ano yung ideology dito ng Twisted Minds.
Okay, tinanggal itong YSS na masasabi ko naman naging epektibo ng first game, no? Huhuli lang talaga siya ng gusto ng Twisted Minds. Maraming beses, no, na parang after mamatay ni Severo, okay na ang Twisted eh. So, pero ayaw na nilang pumunta dun sa punto na yon, no?
Yeah. Ayaw nilang paabutin. Okay, with the battle ni Yi Sun-shin, that will limit some of the gold options para dito sa ONIC Philippines. And what they can ban now is Zetian as well as Kimi. na potentially mga heroes mo lang from the mid lane.
Oo.
And syempre si Sean, matindi rin talagang gumamit ng Kimi yan. So,
Yun ang bukod tanging nagsa-Sky Piercer first item. Kimi sa...
siya lang ang pwede.
Siya lang ang pwede sa MPL Philippines.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Don't try
kids.
this at home.
Oy,
Sora ban.
Parang nalimitahan sobrang gold lane options. Hindi lamang para kay Owl, kundi para kay Savero na rin.
Yeah.
Ay, hindi, kasi kay Owl na may may cloth na eh.
Oo. So, may mga Granger kung pagbabasihin natin doon sa mga comfort heroes dito ni Sabero.
Yeah.
Iritel din, meron pa. Nilalaro na yun sa MPL ID.
Paano kung Suyu Gold?
Ay, oo nga. Ay, nako.
Napanood ko na yan.
May mga gumagawa. Kasi huling napanood ko yan si Midnight. So talo kami.
Sige, lalagyan ko na ng pa-premium, Wolf. Kapag Suyu Gold nga ito, ay bibigyan kita ng 5 pitik with soft moves.
Yun.
Aabangan ko yan. And the Kimi indeed will be banned out by ONIC Philippines. And Twisted Minds, they still have the option to zip yan. Kaso parang hindi ko nakikita yung zip yan kay kay Sean eh. Parang gusto natin yung palaban eh. So Valentina might be
the choice
para sa Twisted
Hindi
Minds.
kaya hindi kaya ito na ang time para bumalik ang kagura ni Sean.
Ay, oo nga. Saktong-sakto na buff din eh.
Medyo mahirap nga lang against the Eve, no? Pero alam mo yun, comfort eh. May mga ganun eh.
Valentina, kasi pwede mo kopyahin yung Eve ult. Yeah, actually, yun pa lang. So far, yun na-reveal na pwedeng kopyahin.
At
ayan na Valentina.
Pero parang worth it na rin kasi kung may sarili kang kopya ng RWM, kahit sino pang kunin ng dalawang to, one is enough. Sabi nga nila, one wife, one life, good life.
What is the option for Ryota? Phobius and Lapu-Lapu? Is good. O kaya naman, kailangan nila natangkay like Alice ang nakikita ko dito. Alice or Phobius ang potential.
Tsaka hindi naman nanakawin yung Throne of Ruin. Ang kapal ng cooldown nun eh.
Oo. Tsaka at least may control sila pagdating sa sa objective taking. Kasama ng real world manipulation. Ganda ng Alice dito.
Gold lane options though. Ano kayang pwedeng kunin dito ni Savero? Kanina ko pa inisip eh.
Moskov, and Suyu. De, joke lang. Tingin ko Ranger or Moskov yung natitira. And I'm only saying that because wala nang options. And it's the Moskov.
And the Phobius locked in as well on the side of ONIC Philippines. And nakakatuwa no, na mukhang palitan ng ating XP laners. Natitira na lamang na pick dito would be for Twisted Minds. Ang dami pang open. May lapu-lapu pa.
Lapu-lapu pa para dito sa Eve. But that will be the glue.
Oy.
Interesting kasi parang ito yung typical na panghawak doon sa Phobius. Pwede rin, mayroon silang option na mag-CC but they felt like naka-Leomort at Claude na sila. So napaka-greedy na nun. Kailangan nila ng isang frontline hero or a contact hero which in this case will be the glue.
Yung low econ na hindi kailangan ng pera para maging effective. Usually, no, yung nade-default sa ganyang klaseng pick would be the Terisla or the Uranus. Pero this time around, the glue was open to take para sa side ng ONIC Philippines. And this is already, that was on the side of Twisted Minds rather. And this is already the second game kung saan nakalamang na ang ONIC Philippines sa kanilang game number 1 performance. Aantayin na lamang natin kung kaya nga bang bumawi ng Twisted Minds para patagalin ang sering ito o matatapos na ba ang ating match number 2 with a clean sweep with the debut of Savero.
Exciting to, no? Kasi makikita muli natin ang Even Valentina na simula't sa pool ng lumabas itong Valentina, laging nagkakaroon ng palitan against the Eve, minsan Farsa. So doon lang sa tatlong umiikot na yon. And so far, siguro ang magandang matahan dito yung mga rumors eh. No? I mean, yung duo pala, dun sa yung mid-duo, no? Kasi alam natin, nagkaroon ng adjustment, lumipis yung buhay ng mga range minions. Kaya din makikita natin, mapapansin natin, napakaraming ikot na nangyayari, no?
Alam mo, when we look at the changes sa mid lane, parang hindi, actually, imposible na hindi banggitin din yung mga roamers. Kasi when we look at competitive MLBB in general, pagkasama kasi yan ng level 1 eh. And level 1 wave dictates so much of the early game rotations.
And to actually support that, Womi, pag kinakausap ko yung mga XP tsaka mga gold laners, alam nila yung mga 1v1 matchups kung sino lamang o hindi. Pero when it comes to the mid, imposible talaga na titignan mo na mid versus mid lane or roam versus roam, hindi eh. Mid plus roam talaga siya. So, minsan nagiging even dahil kung lugi yung mid mo, babawiin naman ng roam. Or kapag lugi yung roam, babawiin ng mid. Something like that. So, may yin and yang, may equilibrium, kumbaga dun sa may gitna, that will be decided by the mid lane duo. However, with this one, Eve, Hilda versus Valentina and Khalid, even pa rin eh. Pero parang mas papabor ako kahit paano dun sa Eve. Parang in a way na masaya siya dahil hindi siya mapupuntahan agad basta masalong Khalid.
Hindi niya kailangan lumapit eh. No? Makaka-focus siya ng mahusay.
Pero mukhang babalik na nga tayo sa Land of Dawn mula sa ating Head Marshal na Bang. Tineleport na tayo. Welcome to game number 2. Brusco versus Kaloy ang roamer matchup natin. It's a Hilda versus a Khalid. Parehas mabilis tumakbo all around the map.
Kita natin si Lanzo, no? Binantay niya talaga eh. Baka mamaya ka subi-subi doon sa orange. Uy! Oh my goodness! Napaka-hapdi! Damage mula kay Sean! At nabigyan kaagad si Super Prince. Medyo na hindi ata nila nakakalpula. Si Kaloy kumuha din. Pinag-uusapan pa lang natin ang tapatan sa gitna at nakauna na ang Twisted.
What happened? Literal na hindi natin nakita pero there was a lot of explosions. Ang importante doon, actually 4 nga ata yung hindi nakita doon ni Prince. Kaunti pa lang UXP niya dito, sobrang lugi na siya.
1K kagad yung lamang dito ng Twisted Minds.
Explosive na entrada mula sa Twisted Minds. Pero mukhang may bawi naman ang bahagya ang ONIC Philippines. Nag-cover na ng mga flicker para sa dalawang mid-lane roam trio duo. At papasok pa kasi King.
May bawi din na ginawa at lumalim na si Brusco. Pero makakakuha din sila ng dalawa.
May bawi naman pala para sa ONIC Philippines. Pero 1,000 pa rin halos ang kalamangan ng Twisted Minds. And looking at what happened in the first 2 minutes of the game, Wolf, ano pa yung kailangan o yung ma-expect natin upcoming sa first turtle?
May chance na hindi umapat sa level 4. Ito Super Prince, so they will try to take this real slow. And siguro ang pwedeng gawin dito ng ONIC is to leverage yun kay King Kong na maganda yung simula.
Oo, ang hirap nito. Lalo na di ba pag tumatama din yung skill ng Valentina. So mas makakakuha siya ng XP. So mas mabilis talaga ang pagbulusok nito. Lanzo sasama na rin sa gitna para makapag-clear. And si Super Prince, kailangan niya kumapit dito sa mga wave na to. Hindi nga aabot,
Hindi umabot. And yung pagong ay mukhang ibibigay na lamang ng ONIC Philippines. That's the first turtle na mapupunta sa kamay ng Twisted Minds. Dahil sa magandang simula na yun ay mukhang nag-snowball na agad sa first objective.
That's gonna be incredibly good para dito sa side of Twisted Minds kasi alam natin na naka-Leomord sila na pwedeng mag-dire-diretso kapag nakahanap ng abante talaga. Dire-diretso na pwede silang mag-invade. At ito na yata yung sisimulan nila papunta dito sa may orange buff.
Okay. Brusco ngayon ang kanila pupuruhan. Nagamit yung flicker. At makakakuha si MP the King ng kill. So may diretso pa ata dito sa orange buff. Ngayon si Sabero ay pagtutulungan ng Twisted Minds. Kumakapit na lang doon sa kanyang tore. Pero makakaligtas siya. May sipat din na hindi tumama mula kay Sean. Makakahinga si Sabero.
Makakahinga. Inaantay ko baka biglang tawagin si Barbiel. Pero mukhang hindi pa naman pala available para sa Twisted Minds. Pero so far, maganda ang unang ikot ng Twisted Minds. Nakahanap ng dalawa!
Aray ko po, nakuha din ata. Oh my goodness! Dalawa, tinamaan! At Sabero ay nakakuha din. Dalawa! Para kay Sabero.
Kapag hindi umabot sa top 5 place of the day, dinaya!
Grabe! Savero showing us that the replacements today sa parehas sa TLPH at ONIC Philippines ay nagpapakita kung bakit sila ang napili. That double kill coming from Savero really just equalized the Russian King Kong.
Naku, si Aula, nagamit niya yung kanyang Blazing Duet para mabilis lamang maklear. Itong wave niya, meron pa siyang BMI. Pero papasok din itong si Kaloy. Dash out para kay Savero, pero si Kaloy ata ay maiipin din. Ako pinag-ahampas na rin dito ni Brusco at nakakuha na naman ang kill si Savero.
Wow, 4 minutes in, nakakuha agad ng Corrosion Sight plus an upgraded boot. Silipin natin ang ating Infinix in-game equipment. Pero mamaya na yan dahil mukhang may laban na naman sa mid.
Ayun na, pinagtatalunan dito si Lanzu. Makakasanib din ang Brusco ang magiging sakripisyo. May pagong pa naman na patubo. At ang ONIC PH ay kulang ng isa. Pwede samantalayin ng Twisted to,
Oo, at mukhang sasamantalayin nga ito ng Twisted Minds. Sisimulan na nila ang pagong. Last turtle ay sila ang nakakuha. Pero si Savero ay nasa gilid lamang, naghahanap ng tsansa, pero hawak pa rin ito ni MP.
Okay, si Lansu siya ata ang bibigyan. Hindi sumabot yung si Bat, pero si Lansu ay may ibit del flicker from Lansu. Papasok si Kaloy, nagamit yung kanyang ultimate, tinawag si Barbiel.
Wow!
Isa-isa hinaatay ito ng Twins in Mind. Nakakuha na naman ng isa dito si Sean, make it double. Pero si Super Prince ay bumawi din naman. Grabe!
Tama ba ang nakita ko doon, Wolf? Kinopya ni Sean yung full views.
Demonic Force,
Demonic,
yes.
oo.
Tama ka doon. At sakto kasi, close na yung distance. Tapos pagbalik niya doon sa pagiging Valentina, napakataas na damage siya. Yun nga lang, nagbigay sila ng shutdown and Super Prince nakapag-recover doon. Ang isang bagay na gusto ko rin take note dito sa Twisted Minds ay sa lahat ng kaguluhan na nangyari, hindi nila napansin na nakaungos na si MP the King over King Kong. He is level 9 as of this moment. Kumpara sa 7 ni King Kong.
Okay, tatawagin na rin. Oy, dinasakyan ni MP the King. Naiwan yung kalesa dito ni MP. Pero sa iba pang bahagi naman, may 1v1 na nagaganap. Brusco ata, inaabangan doon sa BMI. Itong si Aul. Si Kaloy ay tatapak din. Pero kakalmahan na muna dito ng Twisted ng ONIC. Pero bigla-bigla lang pre ha, yung mga gold leads natin, papalit-palit na lang oh.
Eh, ikaw ba naman, sa taas ba naman ng mga bilihin? O maglalakad na lang siguro yung Leo Mort natin sa ngayon.
Sa bagay, mahal ang gasolina ngayon.
35 seconds bago lumabas ang susunod nating turtle. This will be the last turtle of the game. Sino ba ang lamang doon?
This is definitely MP the King over King Kong. Dahil nga doon sa sinabi natin na unti-unting nakakakuha ng extra green camps, itong si MP the King.
Uy, napakahabdi. Hawak naman ni Sean yung river manipulation, pero mapuforce siya dito na umuwi. Hindi pa pwedeng ganun kaliit yung buhay niya, lalo't magsisimula na rin ang pagpwesa ng ONIC dito sa Lord. Turtle rather. MP the King, kalahati kagad. Brusco ngayon ay tatakbo, kakapit sa grass para magkaroon ng konting buhay, pero walang tinamaan si Lansu. Desidido talaga si Kaloy. Napuruhan itong si Brusco. Nahawakan nila yung pagong.
Oo, medyo malayo si King Kong at hindi ata alam ng Twisted Minds yun. Si Aul ang unang bibigyan. Pero mukhang ibibigay na nga ito ng ONIC Philippines. This will be the third turtle. All three turtles ay mapupunta sa kamay ng Twisted Minds for this game number 2.
Sa taas naman pala tumatrabaho si King Kong. Kaya pala nagdesisyon na rin sila na ibigay. So kahit papano ay nakatrade ang ONIC. Kaya lang sabi nila parang hindi pa ata sapat yun. Napilitan na rin gamitin yung Raging Sandstorm. Mula dito kay Kaloy. Si King Kong nag-aabang na naman. Tinamaan si Lansu pero alam niya na masyadong makunat yan. Hindi itutuloy ng ONIC PH ang kanilang plano. At ligtas pa rin ang Twisted.
Bago magsimula yung turtle natin, sinabi natin na si MP the King yung nakakalamang. And that's also true with XP and Gold. Pero in just a span of 1 of 2 minutes, nakapag-catch up na si King Kong when it comes to the Gold and XP din.
Okay, ang ganda ng pwesto ni Super Prince doon pero nakapag-river manipulation din si Sean sa likod. Brusco ngayon ang nagpapakita para dito sa ONIC. Wala na namang mamamatay. May mga na-expend lang na ultimates. Pero talagang tansyahan to, men, ha?
Oo. Tsaka parang sa pagkakaalala ko, si Savero talaga ay comfort pick niya tong Moscow. Babalik ako sa MSC 2025. Last year lang. Ito yung most played niya during the Swiss stage sa pagkakaalala ko.
And he will mirror itong ginagawa.
Infinity Race mo ka mauuna ng bahagya dito yung Moskova. But for the side of Twisted Minds, hindi naman ganun kalayo yung gap ni Aul kahit pa napakataas ng pressure na binibigay ng ONIC sa gold lane.
Speaking of pressure, yung taas ata ang planong i-pressure dito ng Twisted. Nakita lagi si Kaloy. Ito yung maganda kay Kaloy, hindi siya nagpapabata dito kay Brusco. Pero si King Kong, napa-vertical na. 1v1 ang naganap. And si MP the King ang nagwagi. Na-force pa yung river manipulation dito ni Super Friends. 24 seconds para kay King Kong and yung Lord ay open na.
At si MP ang tagal na nating pinapanood na nagle-Leo Mort to.
Sobrang on point. Kanina pa din kasi naghahanap ng mga plays at nag-min-max itong si King Kong na mag-catch up ng farm. At dahil doon, paano siya ni MP the King?
Wala Super Prince, naku, napapflicker na, nahuli din. At dito na dito ang ONIC Philippines na kumuha, pero gitna ang napitas at Twisted. And ang Lord na ito ay kukunin. Buti nilang naharangan.
Takot yun, ha?
Grabe yung timing, min.
Munti ka na yung timing at yung angulo.
Perfect na sana, but MP the King had the retribution at naapaaga lang ng konting-konti. yung sibat doon ni Savero, that will be disastrous para sa Twisted Minds. But of course, ngayon, nakakalamang na sila in a significant amount over ONIC Philippines.
Itong 2,000 ay pwedeng gamitin ng Twisted Minds para mag-secure pa ng mas madaming tore at ginagawa na nga nila ito sa mid lane. At mukhang mag-flicker in pa.
Sakto din yung Dark Wave. Naku, pinagtulong-tulungan na yung mga naibit na miyembro dito ng ONIC Philippines. Sama play si Duan pala kay Aul na makakandalawa. Itong si Sean. Pero dito na ang pagbawi ng Super Fam. And si Kaloy ang kanilang napitas. Buhay pa rin ang tatlo para sa ONIC. May Lord sa itaas na bahagi. Masasamantala pa ata ng Twisted Minds yung wave na kasama nila.
Ang daming tore na nakuha ng Twisted Minds. At may Lord pa nga doon sa may bandang itaas. BMI nagamit na dito ni Aul. Saktong poke lamang at makakaalis siya ng safe. Makakadepensa dito ang ONIC Philippines. But Twisted Minds able to secure a big chunk ng ating mapa.
4,000 gold lead na rin para dito sa Twisted Minds. Ang ganda nung pinagplanuhan nila si Super Prince under the second turret with a flicker plays. At dahil 5 sila na nakapag-juggle dun sa torre, kahit parang pwedeng i-turn around yun ng ONIC Philippines, ang nakuha lang nila was the roamer. And syempre, sulit yan para sa Twisted Minds na ngayon ay natanggal na lahat ng outer turrets ng ONIC Philippines.
Sikip ng mapa ng ONIC PH dito. And ang mahirap dyan, pre, pag pasikip yung mapa, nawawalan ng halaga yung Hilda kasi hindi niya magamit yung advantage nila dun sa mga bush eh.
Tsaka yung safety ng mga split pushers nila katulad dito ni Savero at King Kong. Real World nagamit na rin si Sean ang target.
Pipit ata sila and this time ay mabibigyan na rin si Atoy R pero si Bruce sa likuran!
Nako!
Napitas dito ng Twisted Minds. Tuloy-tuloy ang paglobo ng kanilang kalamangan. Savero ata ang target lock nila. Nakaabang ang Twisted. Agawin river manipulation at binigay kay Super Friends.
Sean on a mission right now, outplaying si Super Friends. Not an easy feat. And all of a sudden, 3 bigla na patumbaan ng Twisted Minds versus ONIC.
3 segundo para kay Ryota. Si King Kong ay inaabangan nila. Tinawag na si Barbiel. Isang inhibitor na wala. At mukhang itutuloy nila ang pag-push sa taas.
Okay, may retribution naman si King Kong if in case no, na may makalusot na wave. Pero si MP the King and ang buong kukunan ng Twisted Minds ay atras na ata. Naku, nakuha pa. May damage dealer dito ng Twisted. Si Dido, si ang ONIC Philippines. Ay! Hindi tumama! Yung SOD. Pero si Atoy R, tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman. Tinawag na si Barbiel at magkakaipitan ata. Naku, Atoy R ay nahuli din. 7 seconds, magkakalord, pre.
This was also the reason kung bakit napitas din ng mga members ng ONIC yung mga overheat. Camila from Ryota, tapos hindi konektado din si Brusco. Ang idea is Brusco onto Aul at si Ryota naman para kay Sean. But unfortunately, 4 versus 4 ang mangyayari dito na magiging 5v4 na dahil si Aul ay buhay na.
Okay, pinuforce nila yung mga dashes dito ni King
Oh
Kong!
my goodness.
Siya ay mabibigyan dito ng Twisted Minds. Wala ang jungler for the next 35 seconds. Pero nakakabawi si Savero! Tamang sibat! Lanzo kailangan ng umatras. Pero nandun din si Brusco at sasalubungin niya itong si Lanzo. Pero this time, alam nila na wala ang jungler. So babagalan muna ng Twisted. 4 na miyembro ha. Pagdating sa numero ay lamang ang ONIC.
Parehas walang jungler. At katulad na lang sinabi mo, 3 lamang ang hawak ng Twisted Minds. ONIC Philippines. Savero ang hawak ng Lord na ito. Nakapunto Ryota, hindi kakabit ang kanyang Dark Wave. At mukhang itutuloy na nga ata nila yung Lord. Hindi, oy!
Uy, walang retrihan na magaganap. Pero doon yung Blazing Duet at si Savero ang pinupuruan nila.
Wow!
Kaya si Amber iniligtas itong si Savero ay Bruce kami na kill. Kailangan na lumil ni All dahil 10% na lang kanyang HP. Ngayon si Lanzo, hinahanap niya ang rightest target. Sino nga ba ang rightest target? Nandun na rin si King Kong para kunin ang Lord na ito. Pero may river manipulation pa na isang sagot si Super Friends. Wala na silang makukuha. Pero yung Lord na sobrang importante para sa Super Farm ay kanilang nabulsa.
The first Indonesian import to play in MPL Philippines. Nagpapakitang gilas. At panoorin natin ang replay na ito.
Makita namin, napakandang replay. Ang ganda ng ginawa ni Kaloy with a follow-up coming up from Owl. But the outplays from Savero, the life still is enough for them to turn it around. Siyempre, may tulong din ni Brusco kung paano pinoprotektahan ng ONIC Philippines. Etong si Savero, while si Savero, he's trying his best and he's actually doing it para sa team.
Ikaw umatras nagamit yung 2 dash. Pero Super Prince, kumakati na rin yung mga folks mula doon sa kanyang lantern. And this time, yung Lord sa itaas na bahagi ay aalalayan na rin ni King Kong. Kailangan magmatsyag ng Twisted.
Yeah, Twisted Minds mukhang kailangan na nga nila dumepensa sa Lord na ito. Brusco giving some vision mula dito sa ONIC Philippines pero bumabawi na sa Torre ang side ng ONIC. Hawak na naman nila maliit na kalamangan. Pero big immortality pick up para kay Kaloy. Pwede siyang bumili ng mataming oras para sa Twisted Minds.
Yung gold lead din hawak na rin ng ONIC PH dito. Yung sumahapdi-hapdi. Oh, wait lang. River manipulation. Inunahan na ni Super Friends. Ang baba ng buhay ni Sean. May hawak din na sariling river manipulation ng Twisted Minds. So kailangan lang ilinya ito mula doon sa raging sandstorm ni Kaloy. Ngayon makakahinga ng bahagya ang ONIC PH. Hindi natin matatanggi. Wala pa rin naman silang gitna pero mabilis na lane kasi yan eh. So mabilis na din para sa ONIC na i-clear ng i-clear yan.
Dating sa late game, ang tinitignan is yung mga long lane. And yung mid lane, hindi na masyadong nagmamatter. Ito yung least priority sa pag-push mo na pagkuha ng inhibitor turret sa mga Lord Dance. Still, that's an advantage para sa Twisted Minds. Hindi pa rin natin pwedeng deny na kailangan niyang sagutin ng ONIC Philippines. There was even a threat mula kay Owl na mag-split push nangyayari yung Lord. Not enough lang talaga na leeway for himself. But we can now feel etong damage output coming out from Savero that also picked up the wind of nature. Kayang-kaya na. Now it's just gonna be up to King Kong who also picked up his last item, full pack with that BOD.
Napakasakit na ng parehas na kupunan at this point and 40 seconds in. Iniintay na lamang natin ang pangalawang Lord or no third Lord of this game. Pinag-usapan natin kanina nung game number 1 na napakatahimik na kapag pumasok ang game 2 ay high octane na ang ating ine-expect. In minute number 1 ay nakakita tayo ng 4 na players na nagsusuntukan sa mid lane. And now 16 minutes in, napakataas naman ang ating kill score.
Yeah, umabot na ng 27 ang ating kill score dito. King Kong, ito yung pahirap ng pahirap eh. Sumasakit-sakit na yung Evil Queller. And kapag si MP or even si Sean ang tinamaan ito, talagang mararamdaman. Ngayon, flow na lang ng wave ang sobrang prio dito ng ONIC and ng Twisted Minds doon sa long lane. At si Savero ang unang kukontrol.
At ngayon na nandito na ang Lord para sa ONIC. Pwede nilang hanapin ang karagdagan bang kalamangan dito. Pero ang ganda ng pwesto dito ni Lansu para magbigay naman ng impormasyon para sa Twisted.
There will be a little bit of a slow push dun sa may top lane na papabor sa ONIC Philippines. Madali lang din sagutin dahil naman si Sean sa may taas. Savero onto the bottom. Alam naman natin meron siya ng SOD. Pero yung isang threat din nito na may Moskov sa baba. Pag sakaling malugi ang ONIC Philippines, may split push option.
Oo, itutuloy, no? Ilang beses na natin nakita yan, yung hindi pa uuwiin na strat. No? Actually, maraming teams din, and even ONIC ay ginagawa yon. So tingnan natin, hawakan lang to
Oo, close goal danger na. Kuha na ipapasukin nata ni Lansu at tinawag na nga si Barriel.
Okay, mauuna ata. Atoy R, kailangan na umatras. Meron din yung river manipulation. May sagot din ng river manipulation. Sean, nakakuha na ng kill. Playing sinduan mula kay Ao. Naku, unti-unti na ubus buhay din Super Friends. And this time, 3 miyembro ang tumumba. And ang Twisted Minds ngayon ay ang merong upper hand dito. At si Brusco ang pinaghahampas si MP the King. 4-man down at nakadalawa pa si MP.
20 segundos ang kailangan nila abangan. Si Sean ang naghahanap ng paraan para tapusin na ganito. At mukhang ihahatid na nga nila ang kanilang mga minions para tapusin ang laro.
12 seconds pa para kay Ator Ay. Kaya niya bang i-clean yung wave? Hindi! Kasi siya yung naunang na-clear doon. And Twisted Minds ang makakakuha na game 2.
An explosion dun sa may gitna. Ryota overextending Twisted Minds with the punish. Nagsimula din dun sa real world manipulation na si Sean ang nag-trigger. Napasama ang pwestuhan ng ONIC, napalo doon si King Kong, kaya naman nagulo yung box nila. And when Savero came, handa na yung side ng Twisted Minds and they were able to punish the import. Welcome to the Philippines, Savero.
Hindi pwedeng malinis ang kanyang debut dito sa laban nila against Twisted Minds. And this was an amazing performance mula kay Savero. Pero Twisted Minds pa rin ang nakahanap ng paraan na manalo bilang isang unit in team fights.
Grabe yung mga suntukan. No? Kung babalikan natin, early game, first minute, first wave, nagkakapatayan kagad. And ang ganda ng ginagawa kasi ng Twisted Minds and ng ONIC PH ito. Looking at the highlights mula dito kay Savero na nagbigay din ng advantage sa kanya against sa kay Aule, no?
Yeah. Kasi yung palitan nila ay parang hindi sila magkakapatay dun sa may bottom lane. So kailangan mo umanap sa iba. Na ito yung ginawa dito ng ONIC Philippines. Well, particularly Savero, yung sarili niya din na play na nagagawa. But I'm the king on this Leomord. matahimik lang pero mataas talaga yung impact ni MP the King sa game na to.
Oo. And I would say very perfect early game as well. Minimal deaths, nakakapag-farm, walang pinipilit. And Twisted Minds with this victory in game number 2. Proving to everyone na yung super rookie era nila ay tapos na and they are contenders entering this season 17. Hindi biro ang kanilang nakalaban. It's ONIC Philippines. Isa pa rin sa mga teams na alam nating nasa top ng food chain.
So many times makikita natin dun sa highlights na nakahiwalay si Ryota at si Brusco. Understandable kung bakit ganun yung gusto nilang gawin natin, but it's clear na kapag hindi sila nakapag-set up ng sarili nilang box, luging-lugi sila dito sa ginagawa ng Twisted Minds. All throughout, Sean was phenomenal in this game. Madami siyang outplays na ginawa, kahit yung si Super Friends na dati lang mga senior nila doon sa ONIC franchise ngayon pinapakita na niya na pinapalis siya. Savero, this is one of the plays. Ito lang yata yung tatalo doon sa play of the day na ginawa niya kanina. And to think na same game siya nangyari, but this was the last clash. You can see lugi na agad sa HP yung mga members ng ONIC, and when Savero went in for that, nandun na after the Wind of Nature, wala na siyang way para makaligtas at out with the perfect entrance in that clash.
Ganda ng pasok ni Aldo, no? Na-pop na rin niya, pinap din niya yung kanyang Wind of Nature para nga naman hindi mabigyan. And nag-attempt pa rin naman si King Kong na makli ng mabilis. Alam natin kung gaano kataas ang gear wave ng isang Suyo, pero sa overwhelming damage na nanggaling dito sa Twisted Minds, talaga natunaw siya.
At ating game MVP para sa number 2 ay walang ibang si Sean. Honest Eve performance. Sumasayaw na pala si Eve pagkatapos mag-real world manipulation. Ay, nakakalaw na pala siya. Sorry, ilang beses niya kasi inagaw
Marami kasi siyang pwedeng maging skill kasi marami siyang pwedeng gayahin.
Totoo.
So kaya yan na nakita natin na MVP of the game is Sean. It started with that mid lane. Nakakatawa kasi 'di ba bago mag-start yung game nagkaroon ng pause. Sinabi ko pala na baka mas lumamang yung Eve. Mas masaya siya pero hindi yung magandang plays coming out from both Kaloy as well as Sean na nakakuha pa sila ng first blood na dinayan pa nila si Super Prince. That forced ONIC na mag-slow down ng game nila at ang naging resulta nun parang lagi silang naghahabol doon kay MP the King at sa Twisted Minds.
At balikan natin ang highlights ng game number 2. Naging mas mataas naman ang kill score sa laro na ito kung ikukumpara sa ating game number 1. So para sa mga Action Jackson fans natin dyan sa stream ngayon at of course live dito sa Victoria Sports Tower in the MPL Arena, ay mas madalas ang naging hiyawan natin dito.
Oo, ang dami mga team fights na naganap, no? Siguro, magaling kasi yung magkabilang kupunan na mag-punish ng mga overextensions, no?
Right.
Notably dito kay Atoy Arno, ilang beses nasipat dito ng Twisted Minds. Isa pa to sa mga naging reason bakit nahirapan din sila. No? Yung mga baits ng mga ulti ng Twisted Minds, no?
Ang ganda rin nung pag in and out, I guess, ng Twisted Minds dito. And I guess kasi yung diskarte nila ganun din Parang natutunan nila na yung ONIC gusto mag-in out from game number 1, mag-poke battle.
Gawin
so,
natin.
Parang ganun na rin ginawa nila. Pero this time, meron din sila nung connection with Sean na pang-dive naman. So, I think ang isa sa mga reason kung bakit successful yung Twisted Minds sa previous season is yung paano sila mag-commit or yung pumatol sa isa't isa. Kaya sila nananalo and sometimes yun din dahilan ba't sila natatalo. But in this game, laban sa ONIC, they felt like kailangan talaga nilang mag-fully commit at mag-convert dun sa mga kills at mag-punish nung mga ginagawa ng ONIC. Especially dun sa positioning na nakahiwalay si Ryota, nakahiwalay si Brusco.
Alam mo, napakahaba ng mga laro natin ngayong gabi na ito. Majority of our games nagpas 16 minutes talaga. Umabot pa nga ng 30 yung pinakauna nating laro para sa sering ito. And with this 18-minute game na ngayon naman ay Twisted Minds ang nakakalamangan. Parang wala naman nata tayong nakitang kakaiba ng mga build. This is very much classic MLBB. Nagkatalo na lang talaga sa kung paano nga nila nilaro ang kanilang mga komposisyon. At katulad ng sinabi ni Wolf, naging maganda yung pinakita ng Twisted Minds in terms of yung pagdadive nga dito ni Sean, nakasabay na rin nila Kaloy at MP.
Oo, ilang beses natin nakita. And siguro si Sean din, isa talaga sa mga naging highlight dito napakarami niyang mga saktong river manipulation. Dumating nga sa point na mas nakakapitalize pa niya yung river manipulation. No? Bukod doon sa final team fight natin, meron pa si Sean ginawa. After kunin yung river manipulation, kinulong si Super Prince kahit nandun nasa ilalim ng Torres sa may top lane. doon natin masasabi kung gaano kataas talaga yung expertise ni Sean pagdating sa hero na to. And ganito ka-OP ang isang Valentina sa ating meta.
Talaga yung
diba?
Valentina. With the Kimi being banned, at sinabi din natin na may potential na kung piliin yung Valentina, it was the choice para sa Twisted Minds. Kahit wala pang clear na ibang kokopyahin, parang Eve Ultimate pa lang, parang okay na yun. And it was already enough. In fact, naging bonus pa dito yung Phobius. Diba na kinokopya ni Sean when he needs it. But of course, having the Demonic Force, it also means na mabilis mo din magagamit yung ultimo agad afterwards kasi low cooldown din naman yung zero cooldown in fact.
Demonic Force, yeah.
And nakakatuwa no, nakita natin yung ganitong classic creative and competitive usage ng Valentina mula kay Sean. I always believe no, nung simula nung napanood natin ang kanyang performance sa Twisted Minds nung rookie sila, na si Sean talaga yung isa sa mga quote-unquote star players ng actually, tama ba yung pagkakaalala ko? Rookie of the year or rookie of the season?
Yeah,
si Sean,
during that time. But alam mo kung may mga ganong klase tayong storya, pwede rin magsimula ang inyong storya dito. If you think you have what it takes to show it, nandito ang e-project, esports for everyone. We're giving you the power na palakasin ang inyong local community.
Tama ka dyan, no? Participants get exclusive access to tournament modes, free in-game items, even diamonds. Just head over
Will maximize the 4 windows I can have and just have them all there.
I just found out about that, by the way, that you can make like 4 windows on one monitor.
Just recently.
I'm pretty sure you can do more.
I've only, for some reason, I think 4 is the max.
So what if you have more than one monitor?
Well,
No,
yeah,
I mean, like on one monitor,
one monitor.
Like 4 is the max.
So you can go
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
8. But that's getting a little twisted right there.
I mean, like, you don't need to listen to everything. You're just, like, looking at it from one end.
You have
to one end.
every MPL region plus non-MPL region game going on.
Not every. I mean, you're gonna have to pick and choose.
MSL Thailand is just around the corner, so is
That's
MSL
true.
Myanmar.
So are the qualifiers for NA? Wait, what is it called? The Americas.
The
My bad. The
Americas.
Americas.
And it's part of it. So are Central and South
Yes.
America.
Yeah. Puerto Rico. Valentina.
Peru.
Venezuela. Argentina.
There's a whole lot. Basically what we're saying to you guys out there is, you know,
Chile.
we just started our season here. Well, a whole bunch of seasons are about to start. As they also want to partake in. What else? Is that all of them? Is that all the countries? Did we cover it all?
There's a lot
So
more.
many more.
Probably missing
Mekong regions.
Mexico. Oh,
No,
I was still in
talking about the
Americas.
Americas, dude.
Yeah, I was still in Americas.
Yeah. We're talking about the Americas.
Mexico, yeah.
Mexico and Canada.
God. That's the way you can say it.
Yeah. Yes, we're referencing Bad Bunny. Let's just put it
Yeah.
out there. Come on.
Yeah, that's culture right there.
That is culture. I wonder what our third map is, by the way. By the way, if you guys missed it, it's random. So we got
Earlier
either
we
Broken
got
Walls or
Dangerous Grass. So we went to DG in the last game 3.
DG.
So I wonder what it is now.
I hope we get to see Broken Walls just to say that we saw everything in day number
It's got to be the B-dub.
We got 6 games all in all. We've seen some crazy lineups. YSS and Gold, our first import, all the maps. Come on.
Here's Severo's stats, by the way. This is what we were kind of talking about earlier on. 2-time MPL ID champion, season 15 and 16. Look at the win rates here, by the way.
Oh, Granger's actually his most winning is 74% with 19 games. Okay.
I mean, everybody plays Granger. You have to play Granger.
You had to.
If you're an MPL champion. But here's the thing. Where's the Irritel? We know Harris is good in the metagame.
Yep.
Where's Irritel? Where's Wang Wang?
I mean, I get it. Irithel so slow, man.
Which is weird because she's like on a tiger. Wait, is it a tiger? It's like a...
Yes.
It's an animal.
Saber-tooth tiger.
Saber-tooth tiger named
So
Leo.
how can she be slow?
I don't know, man. It's just...
Actually, no, I answered my own question. It's the same logic how Gord is slow and he's on a hoverboard.
Yeah.
Kelra won M6 on an Irritel.
That's true.
Yeah. The jump, the basic attack. And depending on the skin, he could be on a Ducati. I mean, she could be on a Ducati.
A legit motorbike.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, is the Ducati named after the...
No, the Ducati is an actual model of that sports bike.
Also called Ducati.
And Ducati, here we go. We're going to have our answer here in just a second. What was the randomized choice for map 3? Let's go. It's broken walls. Never mind, it's dangerous grass.
Okay, so today we just do not see broken walls.
Yep.
And Twisted Minds decides to go blue again, yeah?
To be fair, all we saw in Season 16 was broken walls.
Well, that and expanding rivers.
And expanding rivers, yeah, that's true.
I wonder how... I guess we won't get to see it till playoffs, man. Like the best of 5, like with the whole
we reset.
Yeah, with the whole map thing, and then eventually the best of 7. So we're gonna jump into the draft here for Game 3. Let's see exactly what the changes are gonna be because it's been quite a different draft now from Game 1 to Game 2.
Only gonna be in the blue again. Good respect on the Valentina.
Hold up.
Hold
Coach
up.
Bonchan.
I've been waiting for too long.
Coach Bonchan decides to go red.
Yeah.
I am a
Was there a choice there? Freya gets taken out. This could also just be another easy pickup on the Eve here for ONIC PH. You don't have to worry about the Valentina anymore. But then the Eve Farsa matchup is going to be there, and that could just mean Twisted Minds can pack in a Khalid Farsa together or a Grok Farsa together to rotate fast and immediately put pressure in the EXP lane. Because so far, all the lineups of ONIC have just been Ryota is our main utility guy, and then Brusco just shuffles up, whether it's in game number 1, he was the Kalea, but then it was the YZ actually being the main front, getting the vision, starting things up, or Kalea will go in for the surprise hit. Let's see if that's going to continue.
Claude first pick blue side. Whoa.
Wow, they overloaded Twisted Minds with choices, but that's crazy.
Okay. Not what I was expecting with that first pick for being on the blue side here, but...
Yeah, dude, think about it. Valentina got bad out. Sora's open.
Yeah.
Leomord's open. No, Jushin got taken out.
Jushin's taken out.
Marcel is open.
Marcel's open. This is a dangerous gamble by ONIC.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what the answer is going to be here, too.
Hilda's
especially,
open.
Yeah.
In dangerous grass.
Leo, there's YSS the Khalid. They get the Khalid again.
Yeah.
And the thing is technically now, the YSS could be swerved.
It's a flex.
It's a swerve. It's a flex, yeah. So you don't 100% know if that's going in the jungle yet or the gold lane to deal with this Claude matchup. So now for ONIC, they're probably going to go ahead and secure themselves. I would assume that jungle, at least for King Kong, go for it. And also with the mid lane option still being open too. Of course, roams, but they're going to go with the Leomord, the Eve, so they'll secure that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Twisted Minds knew that what they ended up giving up.
Yeah.
Now, that's what I was wondering. Is like, why the YSS? I mean, it is a flex. Are they this time going to be the ones picking up the Suyo and then put the YSS in the gold? Are they going to go Harley? Are they going to throw back to an old favorite and go on Kai? As expected, they pick up the Farsa. They go Khalid Farsa. The Yisenshin is going to be a flex. We did see that the Leomord did have problems up against an Akai in M7.
Think they are going to hold out to the flex down to red 5. They have to, or else it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're going to make the most of this. Something tells me Akai or Suyo are both just equally possible. Because imagine a Suyo getting out an RWM for free.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to be looking at that so that you don't have to put yourself in the risk of just having to eat up the RWM.
Yeah, the coast is clear. You're literally pre-nerf Suyo at that point.
Yeah. Okay. At the same time, you also don't have to worry about another magic damage dealer unless ONIC decide to go for the Gatot Gacha as their roam.
which is, again, I think, it hurts, it sucks, but I think it's bearable.
Yeah. EXP lane, ooh, with all the dive, the range. I wouldn't mind if CC decided to show up, but then the likes of the Arlot and the Lapu-Lapu are still open.
Yeah. What is this ban? So these next ban, okay, the Sora still not getting picked up. So no Sora here. Yeah, XP lanes.
So
Arlot.
Well, Twisted Minds needs a body. I think to go the idea of having the Phobius as like your tanky EXP laner could be really tough.
Do they just go glue again?
Oh no, they might end up going Yuzhong for the Claude, use the Petri, cancel out the real world, real world, excuse me, the Blazing Duet. Glue would also be really good, just another body. Khalid and Farsa can rotate fast, so the Glue can afford to be somewhat slow. Or if you go for the placeholder EXP laner of the world, to Rizla. He is an NPC, he's just really right there.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a lick of Uranus. Not a single one.
Not a single.
Remember, in M7, he was such a priority. And going into this season, Uranus was such a in-demand hero. I thought you were going to say, oh, just if we're not seeing any of these normal matchups, maybe Uranus, because he's a stopper.
Yeah,
Uranus is a stopper.
He's a lineup compromiser.
Yeah. When I see it, I don't want to move forward.
Yeah. There's been also a lot of
much of a bulwark.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of late game EXP trades that if the Uranus does show up, then in comes Esme.
Magic
That's
is
true.
my
Hey,
life.
Uranus dropped Liquid in M7.
That's
true. That was a lot of aggressive cuts. Actually, was that a Uranus jungle?
It was a Uranus jungle.
It was a... Wait a minute.
But possible for Twisted?
Possible because
not ideal.
Not ideal, especially with the Cloud already there.
Yes.
Oh, hey, hold up. There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys mentioned this.
So it wasn't going to go all the way to Red 5. They decided to jump the gun.
Yeah.
Coach Exxon and Bunch are looking at each other. Now? Okay, now.
All right, just do it. All right, last two picks here for ONIC. They still need their Roam and their... What am I thinking here? XP.
Yeah. So we really know now it is a gold lane position.
Yep. I think we're going to see that more, honestly.
Yeah.
You mentioned even with having the ability to have a flicker for the Yi Sun-Shin kind of helps out.
Hey, Uranus kind of looks good for ONIC now too.
Euro or the Lapu, I think, is what I want to see this. Oh,
Lapu
even
better.
the Arlot.
Lapu's better.
Yeah. Now they're going to be the ones going full dive, malicious damage.
Oh, there's the Yuzhong, and we got a gotcha.
Truth be told, the EXP lane was free game for ONIC.
Yeah.
Ryota could have just picked anything.
I wonder if they're willing to pick up either Blue, Yuzhong, Alice, Lapu.
Phobius.
Phobius.
Twisted Minds is really a Phobius team, though, too. Like, they naturally, as we've seen them through the seasons, they love the Phobius pick.
Yeah, Lansu was the Phobius of season 16.
He was.
But I think also even during MDL, that was like his thing. One of his main favorites as well, so understandable. I mean, at the end of the day, even if like matchup to matchup, if your comfort is a specific one, then you go for your comfort. It's the last game. You want to get that dub.
Yeah, I think this is one of the big things here. These lineups from game 1 now to game 3 have evolved into this. This is more a little close to what we've seen, I'd say.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think it's going to be a great game 3 ahead of us.
Yeah. Look out for the itemizations. Chastise pauldrons are going to be important for both teams. The eventual blade armors, it's not I mean, we rarely see it anymore, the Eventual's Phobius, but it is still going to be a flicker. Surprise setups, potentially. Look at the early game rotations of both roam mids. Whoever gets the first gank win might end up just coasting through to a Turtle 2 lead.
Yeah.
And then we'll just see Turtle 3, Lord 1, see who gets control.
All right, let's see. Jumping into this one, again, a game 3 ahead of us in the second series of day 1 for season 17 opener here for the MPL Philippines. More or less the same thing that we're going to see this mid lane pressure, but this time you don't have that burst coming out from the Valentina to be that big of a threat. Look at this.
This is not an error, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. So MP has been using a marksman emblem set.
I wonder, is that just going to be a him thing? Or is this? Are we going to see more of this?
So far today, yeah. So far today, it has just been him. Once been, twice shy. ONIC no longer overextending. And I think Kaloy also has to start watching himself. Not as heavily aggressive. And oh my god, Kaloy! Quick sand guard. Fortunately has level 2 already.
Okay.
Almost gets taken down by Prince and Brusco.
Holding on to that flicker too. Knowing that he had that, so he's... Oh, Brusco almost.
Just checked in on him.
Just checked him. He's going to go ahead and get that regen in. But yeah, this is one of the things you have to look for. So I would say a better start anyway by not having those early deaths. And again, you can kind of just, like Renmar mentioned, it's just going to be one of those things where you're waiting into that turtle, these objective takes, especially with these kind of lineups. But, you know, this time with King Kong having the Leomord, I mean, think about the difference.
Whoa.
Oh, Severo. Oh, no.
Marksman duel, in comes MP! Taking down Severo! Welcome to MPL PH. Joseph, you were saying?
Well, now I'm going to say this. I had a flashback, man. Flashback of Suyo doing that so many times so easily.
Deep cut. Now Kaloy in the sights of MP and Brusco. That'll be fine. King Kong now. Phantom Steed, nowhere else to go. Mount Shocker, Owl confirming what they already know. I don't think the first turtle will go over the super fan.
Okay, they need that because you already see it, that gold lead building up, and this is all just off of basically farming for Twisted, getting a bit of a lead to work around with, and now that these level 4s are coming into play here, they're in a pretty good position. I mean, look at this, look at the gold ranking right now for Owl against Pharaoh. He's quite a bit ahead. Oh!
Feathered airstrike by Sean! And MP finishes the job with a charged up Quella.
MP's a nuisance, man, on the Suyo. I feel like he's everywhere. I feel like we're on expanding rivers, but it's dangerous grass, and this is like you mentioned, and he's got a Fury Hammer right now built up. His damage already with the Queller is just so good.
On his way to a Hunter Strike. And once that happens, I think the gap and the speed between the Yusun Shin and the Leomord should grow
exponentially, probably.
Larger is that the word I'm looking for? Because sure, the Leomord is better in fights. You can deal AoE damage, but MP... Oh, how'd that happen?
Owl.
What?
Wow, that was a solo kill.
A stun.
Because he used the Mount Shocker,
and then Severo did not get the Purify.
I wonder what happened there.
I mean, where would you go? It's a 2-step process to survive that. Purify plus BMI back.
Yeah, that's... So even now, further Severo is going to be in that lane matchup dealing with this because that's such a disadvantage.
AOG! Brusco catches Sean. Sean has nowhere to go. Has a flicker instead of a Purify. Did not survive.
They're gonna have to balance things out. Oh, just as I said, balance things out. Ryota gets taken down after they get their first kill on the Philippines. So the tough thing about the situation is now they have to decide, are we gonna lean in on getting the objectives, and then that way, little by little, Severo also gets a little bit of the pot, or do we lean in on just making sure we stop Al from farming out of control by helping out Severo directly? But then at this point, it's like, nah, you can't allow the Suyo to get any more gold, man. You gotta stop MP the King Suyo.
What I'm saying, that gold curve will grow so out of control. Now the turtle, Twisted Minds have their eyes on it. Fortunately, ONIC scored the first one. Mount Shocker by Owl, allowing Twisted Minds to get perfect information. Third strike on Sean online. Picks up that glowing one. Severo, defensive use of the Blazing Duet. Sean forcing him back. Ryota with the jump in. Massive crowd control from ONIC. Ryota finds Sean. That mid laner is out of commission. The answer from Lansu. Taking down Brusco. RWM from Prince. Flipping away. Lansu cannot stop him from taking it down. And just like that, MP the King has eyes on the turtle still. Keeping going. 3K up.
Yep. King Kong already here. Already uses Phantom Steed.
And MP still secures. Kaloy holds down the fort. Twisted, happy with the lead.
Okay, so ONIC are getting still invaded constantly by Twisted Minds.
Prince with the flicker back.
Yeah, forced it out. At least they have a turtle under their book, but yeah, they need to stop this. Owl YSS somehow. Severo already used the Blazing Duet, which is why even after the clapback, courtesy of Ryota Super Friends, they just did not have the damage and the dive to follow through with it to push into an even bigger lead. So Twisted, again, this is the threat when you're going up against Khalid, Farsa together. Yes, Agatha, Kachi, and Eve have a great box, and theoretically they could also rotate really well. But in terms of just raw speed, Twisted Minds will be the ones setting the tempo.
And there's another feathered airstrike. Lansu, the mere threat of activation, enough for ONIC to think twice about their re-engage. ONIC has a good box, but Twisted Minds have the perfect tools to cut right through.
Yeah, it's just all that dive. When you mentioned the Suyo earlier, that made perfect sense. That we ended up seeing them pick that as well, because the harmony of it all just makes so much sense. Bro, Ryota will have Petrify and the Dragon up if ever they decide to go for the clapback.
There's the RWM and the AOG, no one home! Kaloy here, holding his ground, flickers through, Sandwalk out of there. Ryota gets caught underneath the turret, but it was all he was looking for. Now Sean with a better airstrike, serving it up to Kaloy. What a tag team maneuver!
Great read by Sean to find the flank. Lancer still fighting, gets to it, and he looks like he can do it!
Ryota gets another, but Lancer with the flicker to finish the job. He knew he went in too deep. A Pyrrhic victory for the EXP laner out of the MDL.
Ooh, Brusco decided not to face check there. Brought down the damage instead. Try and get the info. He did get the info, but I wish he decided to face check and get the taunt instead so that Kaloy will be able to get brought down just a little bit by Savero.
Okay, turtle coming up here, positioning. Feathered airstrike already used by Sean, so...
MP?
Oh, MP, is he just going to try to be a sneaky guy here with this one?
MP coming in with a steal, but he gets shut down by Savannah. Yeah, blazing the west, a bit of a kill. The King Kong Kaloy falls. 2 kills for the turtle, but Owl gets a long push. Is that worth it?
So that was my question. Was that worth it?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be able to get down the bottom lane as the trade. So the question earlier was, is ONIC going to lean in on helping Asavero or go for the objectives? It seems like the answer was actually both. They decided to split their focus. They were still getting some semblance of jungle control because of the little skirmishes happening up top, which allowed Savero to keep it close. Brusco was even like brute forcing his way into making sure Savero can get last hit and cannon minions. Worked out for them. They get that trade, and then they found a big punish onto MP the King despite MP stealing the turtle away. 2 for turtle and the tower at bot. ONIC are still in the spot where they need to try to find more wins, but it's a little bit more doable now.
Seems like it's a bargain.
It's a good bargain.
It's a good bargain. This is tier 1 is going to fall though. Savero knocks it down with the support of the rest of the ONIC squad. Now it looks to be a play into open up the map before this Lord comes up, and for the most part, the way that things have kind of fallen in place, it's more so of even grounds when that objective for the Lord does come up.
Yeah. Big power spike timing for Savero at around 8 minutes because of those 2 kills, the 2 turrets that he got. He now has a Trinity, so it's not going to be one of those scenarios where the early deaths lead to wait.
That is a pickoff from out of nowhere. I don't know what MP the King was thinking there.
Yeah.
Did not expect maybe the Petrify to be committed on him.
Yeah, it felt like a misread of the map too. I don't think he expected there to be so many members of ONIC there.
Petrify coming in clutch, RWM dropped down.
And now Twisted Minds are pushed out of defending their tier 1 in mid. ONIC claim another objective.
So as we were talking about earlier, we got to see the thing that their lineups can do. Twisted Minds took control of majority of it early on because of their fast, aggressive rotations. Now ONIC and their box are almost unstoppable for Twisted.
Oh, the RWM's not up for this. They're fighting for the Lord here.
Phantom Steed by King Kong, running through Twisted Minds. And Ryota sweeping the perimeter, looking for engagement. Feathered Airstrike, King Kong secures. Twisted Minds again. MP, they have learned from that miffed fumble in mid.
That was a really decisive choice to go for the Lord, even though they had already gone for that tier 1 in the mid lane using the RWM. They knew they had a bit of an advantage. They could play around the Black Dragon form from Ryota, and now objective secured, at least to continue on to go towards the base of Twisted. But looking at things, I think Twisted's still in a good position as long as no one gets caught. The problem was, like you guys mentioned, it was a bit of a, he was caught out, basically, MP. And you gotta respect the Petrify alone. Like, even if the Black Dragon form isn't there.
Another battle speed of RWM. How are you gonna get out of this one, MP? The answer is no. King Kong takes him down once again with the momentum enhanced by Barbiel. And now Kaloy goes down, slain by the sword of King Kong once more. 2 for free, going ONIC.
Fight after fight, box after box, they have now delivered all the punishment that they received in the early game to MP the King here in the mid to the late game. And just in a few sequences, ONIC have taken complete control of game number 3.
Yeah, that's a couple holy defenses being knocked down. Tier 2, last one up top. going to be the next to drop here. Mind you, all that action that happened in the bottom lane, Severo wasn't a part of it. He didn't need to be because of just the great sandwich play coming out, utilizing the Avatar of the Guardian from Brusco and collapsing it down on the members of Twisted. So they find themselves with all their base turrets up, should be able to clear these waves out, but Ryota.
Black Dragon form, going hunting. The answer from the RWM. The Feathered Airstrike from Sean, stopping the push. ONIC does not penetrate.
It's crazy how mobile that ONIC's lineup can actually be. That any other lineup under that turret dive probably would have gotten punished like crazy, but they lost nothing.
He's just taking a look around, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go have a look.
Yeah.
Just pops the Black Dragon form and
No go.
Yeah. It's
red light, gentlemen, red light.
Kikong has the speed with Barbiel up. Severo has the BMI, can dance around, pull up a defensive blazing duet to push back Twisted Minds.
Brusco can jump out.
Yeah, Brusco can jump out. It's a nasty dive. So now you see here the uncomfortable part of Twisted Minds lineup, wherein in this situation, they do have fantastic wave clear through the Farsa, and technically the YSS, you could also consider Kaloy, but then he has to put himself in a dangerous position to damage down those minion waves. The Evil Queller is also some great pokes from range. So Twisted Minds defensive in terms of wave clear, good. But then what if ONIC just decides to dive you and you've used all of your resources to try and clear minion waves? It's going to be a tough comeback for Twisted. Not impossible, though.
Yeah, they're not too far behind. That's what we're saying here. And, you know, when you look at this, it's most likely, all right, once Lord is up, do they actually have the option to get in the position that favors them? But not only that, what we usually see against these Farses, I mean, even to an extent, it's the Eve. Like, once those ultimates are down, though, whether it's the Feathered Airstrike or the RWM, that's usually your windows to go ahead and work through. So you can see this is going to be started up by ONIC, pulling the Lord towards them. Twisted's going to have to answer. Everybody rotating down for this as well. And so MP will have to be the one to go ahead and secure this if he can on the Suyo, but the mid lane, Kaloy?
Brusco entertaining the possibility of a full-on engage. AOG no one home, and now Twisted welcome him, forcing him to use that Revitalize. Lord gets hard reset. Owl starting it up and throws out that Mountain Shocker Turtle Boat. Lord left again wondering, who's going to take me? The dance continues.
Yeah, I have a feeling ONIC also wanted to burn out more flickers, but it was only Sean who committed his.
Yeah.
So
Super Prince had used his.
Oh, he also had to use his too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be rough. No Petrify as well for Ryota.
Yeah, battle spell counting. Twisted Minds have the advantage.
Bit of a trade here, still a reset, knowing that some of these crucial battle spells are down. Waiting to go ahead and grab the buffs here. A bit of a reset while both teams will face off again. And Brusco probably waiting for that AOG to be up, so we'll see this. Feathered Airstrike drop down, just clearing some things out. Oh, that's going to be down. Owl, though, on the hunt.
Another Mount Shocker. He's holding on to it. Exposing all of ONIC's positionings.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Savera has to reset. He's very low, down to a third of his health. Brusco, too.
I think he's going to consider resetting through sheer basic attack damage alone, which he will.
Works. Yeah. Despite that adjustment in the recent patch, he's fine.
Yeah. It's Winter Nature for him. It's not going to be a Winter Crown play.
Oh!
That Feathered Airstrike, though.
Another one! And AOG catches three! And they respond! Sean is fallen! In comes Ryota, the Super Fam clap back! And just like that, it's a clear go signal. Super Fam, ONIC won this Lord, and they score another 2 for 2. It's all black and yellow. And now Brusco. This is a worthy trade. 1 for 1, and he's gonna go down. MP served up 1. RWM from Super Prince, Lantu unable to dive him. Lantu might have to go down here. King Kong with the Venom Steed. Taken down. Nobody just yet. Lantu falls. MP does as well. 3 for 1, massive win for ONIC.
I thought the fight was going to end way sooner, but they just dragged it out and dragged it out.
Yeah, that was Twisted Minds forcing the issue. ONIC, actually, I thought Severo was going to go BMI back in, but he decided not to. Oh, Kaloy! Oh, what a catch!
Finds Prince, but the Lord still stands. ONIC can plan around this missing member. They're okay here, especially since Severo is still in the perimeter.
I like this matchup. Oh, Ryota goes in. No Petrify, though.
All right, backing off from the rest of Twisted Minds. And that's a full-on penetration. Twisted Minds have lost their mid lane inhibitor.
Great zone by Ryota. Great read by ONIC Philippines, knowing that they can't push that turret now. Twisted Minds still very close for them to get that turnaround. that they're looking for. They're waiting for the third item on the Farsa. The fact that there was a significant lead for the Eve and even the Gata Catch as well, that's one of the main things hurting them right now. Again, ironic considering what happened in the early game. Slight lead here for Al, but because Sean and Kaloy, especially Sean, just cannot get that big damage out to really burst down ONIC first, Al cannot clean up.
Sean has seen better days in this series.
Yeah, it's
so behind.
He's like, man, that Valentina game last game, but he's almost to his Holy Crystal, so he's almost got that. I mean, you are seeing that one feathered airstrike landing on Severo, for example, keeps him in his trap.
If anything, Severo is the only one who really feels
the feathered airstrike.
The feathered airstrike. Yeah. Everyone else, until he gets, what, a DG? A Divine Glaive, that's when it's going to hurt. But for now, he's really just a deterrent. He's really just there to make sure Severo stays within a range that's healthy for Twisted Minds.
There
okay, there's the Holy Crystal.
At least for now.
Be different.
Still needs the Divine Glaive.
He doesn't even have any magic damage defense on him. No RGM or anything. Yeah.
He can't, not even a tough boots.
Is it going to be too crazy to ask him to consider building a Winter Crown instead?
I think he can juggle. He's going to rely on, good old young man mechanics.
Yeah.
After the Wind of Nature.
Winter Crown.
Super Prince also just got the Divine Glaive.
Yeah.
But I think realistically, you'd want to go the Winter Crown first because your Wind of Nature is going to be the item that you use so that you can get away.
Also, you can Blazing Duet, Winter Crown.
Hold
Pop
that,
off the damage.
and then as you're selling it, you wait for it, sell, Wind of Nature, window, out.
And then if it's really tight, sell it, Immortality.
Yeah, Immortality as well.
But so far, I would say...
And then Rose Gold, that's the final.
He's been able to actually dodge a lot of that, so... But it all comes down to these Lord fights. It's more or less going to be the same thing that we saw in the previous one, but see how Twisted Minds changes. As Brusco was the one that started things off with that Avatar of the Guardian, that ultimate jumping into the right targets. But look, they're blitzing this Lord down to half health.
Twisted Minds look like they have 2 left feet because they're trapped in that white brush once again. Brusco with a revitalized Black Dragon form from Kaloy, from Royal Ryota rather, compromising Kaloy's engage. Not a single chance to contest. ONIC get another Lord.
Yeah.
They're third in this game.
Similar to the previous game of Twisted Minds wherein it was like, oh, glue's good, glue stand in front of you, we're fine. Now it's just dragon up, there's nothing MP the King can do.
Yeah, and that's, again, why when the Yuzhong was popping back into the meta, you remember just how much of a threat Black Dragon form is, whether you actually follow through with it or not. Even the Petrify, so now with the Lord in tow, they're going to go to the mid, take down this bottom base turret. Can they end it?
AOG from Brusco, relatively with impunity. He's at, a quarter of his health, and there's nothing Twisted Minds can do. The Lord find that base, but the waves will not survive. RWM from Super Prince almost takes down Lansu, but he's okay. Twisted Minds happy to keep the tier 3 up top.
Yeah. Not sure if he uses Wind of Nature, but he did get the Rose Gold meter before the fight, sold his boots, so he now has a Rose Gold. So that's enough. I don't need to ask for the Winter Crown anymore.
They want to go for this last turret.
Endable.
Need coming through. Lansu jumps up. He gets taken down. And in comes Ryota once more. Still alive. Blazing the Wet from Severo. Taken down MP. And they're not done.
There's only 3 left.
They want to keep going. Brusco helping take down Owl. And with that, the Super Fam are just waiting for what's coming up next. The series victory. ONIC wins 2-1.
They make history. The first playing import in MPL Philippines in Severo. Led by Ryota, King Kong, Prince, and Brusco have secured their first victory of the season. History made in day number 1.
There it is. Another 3-game series and a full-on fight for the series win. So again, props to Twisted Mind. I like what they always bring to the draft. I've said this even from last season. It was just unfortunate that this time around, in Game 3, they weren't able to deal with the pressure from the lineup. And again, even the Yu Zhang being a big part. It's great to see in the hands of Ryota, by the way. We've seen shades of Ryota pop in and out throughout the seasons. Well, it's great to see him here in this opening day.
He's got such a pulse on what Twisted Minds are up to at any point in the game. GG well played to the former MDL champions, but tonight it's all about the Super Fam. Again, relish in the glory of what they've worked for the past couple of months. They've really tried to fill in the shoes of the gold standard. And I think tonight they did more than just that. They made us all fall in love with Savero's play style.
Yeah, again, it started off with him falling down twice. Twisted Minds with their aggressive rotating Khalid, Suyo, Farsa combination, applying the pressure early on. I think it was also Twisted Minds acknowledging that they needed to do that, because once it got to the portion where ONIC could just comfortably keep putting up the real-world manipulation, fighting around, having the Leomord and the Gacha, and, well, okay, my personal hidden MVP for this, low-key MVP, Ryota on this Yu Zhong, man, was so impactful. He made the most out of all those Petrify and Furious Dive combos. It was a different flavor of Super Fam that we're used to, but you still see the emphasis on the fam from ONIC.
That's still the fam right there. Ryota, like we mentioned, you know, 2 different games on the Yu Zhong. Able to make things work in different ways, but still, yeah. I don't know who's going to MVP, but I can't wait to see. We're going to have to go ahead and hear first from that fam. We're going to have to hear from ONIC Philippines over on stage with our hosts.
MPL Arena, ONIC Philippines is showing us how it's done. What time is it?
Oh my god, that was intense. Odin, what a start for Team ONIC Philippines. Syempre, we have one of the stars of the match beside me, Savero. Hello.
Hello.
Savero, welcome to the Philippines.
Thank you.
How's your first match? What can you say about your first match?
Super hard.
Super hard.
So excited.
But you were excited. Why was it exciting for you?
Because my first game in Philippines.
Your first game in the Philippines. Of course. ODD felt excited.
Savero, look at your fans. Your fan base is huge here in the Philippines. I know before the match started, Kelra gave you a message. Kelra just said that you should embrace the pressure. What can you say about it?
Be the pressure.
What can you say about what Kelra said? What's your message to Kelra instead?
Okay, we're having a bit of translation.
I'm the pressure.
I'm the pressure. You are the pressure.
I mean, we love your performance. Although you didn't win game 2, that Moscow was incredible. Imagine surviving that clash. I mean, that was a great performance for you guys. And what is his message to you as a brother in your organization? Did Kelra give you any tips?
Huddle muna, huddle.
Si Brusco ang ating translator. You can speak your language and Brusco is here to help us out.
Let's go, Brusco! Yeah.
Pasti dapat banyak ilmu dari Kerala dari Scream.
Sobrang dami niyang natutunan si kay Kerala lalo na sa Scream kapag kalaban namin sila.
Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you, Savero. Thank you, Brusco, as well. Now, I would like to ask King Kong. King Kong, grabe naman yung match na yun, ha? Pinakitaan nyo talaga kami ng napakagandang performance. Game 1, 30 minutes. Grabe, sobrang haba nun. Ano yung tumatakbo sa isip nyo during those moments na na-comeback nyo yun? Ano yung comms nyo sa mga ganong klaseng laro?
Ano lang, yung usual lang na comms namin mula early game hanggang late game, which is yung kalmado lang na pagpaplano, then ayun, pag may hindi kami naririnig, ipapaulit namin hanggang sa may mag-respond. Kaya ayun, pampalinaw ng mga plano namin.
Talagang yung chemistry pa rin ang nananaig in those kinds of moments.
King Kong, ako naman, tanungin ko, katabi mo na si Savero. Kamusta naman yung adjustments ng team having Savero? Kamusta yung adjustments having Savero?
Yung adjustments naman namin so far, minsan may struggle na may halong fun. Kasi parang at some point nakikita namin na na challenge na kailangan namin i-face. Kaya ayun, super fun para sa amin and lately sobrang smooth and sobrang daming Tagalog word na natutunan ni Savero.
Ano yun? Anong Tagalog word? Tagalog word from Savero.
Mahal ko kayong lahat.
Oy! Mahal no kayong lahat ni Savero. And with that, it's time to take a look who our MVP is. Sino sa tingin nyo? Our match MVP is... King Kong!
Yes! Yes, King Kong.
King Kong, ano bang masasabi mo sa super fans nyo ngayon?
Sa lahat ng pumunta, maraming salamat sa pagpunta, sa time, sa effort. And mas gagalingan pa lalo na namin sa mga next matches. So, pumunta kayong lahat! Thank you so much!
Thank you once again. Congratulations. Let's give it up for ONIC Philippines. You may now take your bow. And take your walk of victory.
Congratulations, ONIC Philippines!
You know what, Denise? Our teams are just showing us that we are indeed the strongest region. Imagine reaching 3 games per match. Day 1 pa lang yan, ha?
And for the day 1, match 2, ONIC Philippines ang pumalag. Grabe, it's been a long day. What an ending for our opening of Season 17, Odin.
That's right. And excited akong malaman kung ano ba nangyari sa match na yon. I think marami pang sasabihin ng ating mga casters. Kaya naman,
There we go. Great to hear from Odin, Denise, and ONIC Philippines again. Congratulations to them. Great to hear some insights from Savero too. I loved what he said, what Filipino words he knows.
I'm so happy that went the way that it did. I was across the board, this entire big 6-man table, the anxiety went through the roof. But Brusco ends up with the MVP of the game. It was his big AOG onto, what was that, 3 members?
3 members.
Of Twisted Minds that really set the... I felt like that was the dagger AOG that really solidified LB Onyx game to lose, and they just continued from there.
Yeah, no, Gatot Kacha was a hero that started to come up in their championship season all the way into their M6 win. So this is a hero that, again, we're talking about comfort, Brusco is more than comfortable with.
Yeah, this
he is
Gatot Kacha. He is Gatot Kacha. And he, by the way, great job for Brusco translating. I'm glad he's able to go ahead and do that for Savero because, yeah, so what did Savero say? He is the pressure?
He is the pressure.
He is the pressure.
And a lot of us thought, like, wait, is that right? No, it's right. No, he was talking smack, y'all.
He said it again looking at the camera. I am the pressure.
Yeah, I just have to clarify. Chat, he did not say I'm depression. He said I am the pressure.
Nor was it grammatically incorrect, missing a few articles. No, he really is the pressure.
And I would say...
He set his own moniker on his first match in PH.
The pressure Savero.
Yeah, we didn't even have to give him a nickname.
Man's just coming in doing our job for us.
Yeah, he knew the culture.
Dude,
like, the pressure.
Guys, if he does the plays that we saw today, that was the pressure.
Yeah, but outside of just Savero, man, I have to give how it really feels like ONIC PH have adapted their playstyle for him. No, my theory for ONIC was right. They would make it so comfortable for him. The vibes are there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't like force the pressure on him. Is that for sure another marksman emblem?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So this is no longer just speculation. MP the King does play these fighter assassin type junglers with marksman emblem. I have to start recalibrating my emblem set. I have to study this now.
Yeah, because you play Suyo.
Yeah,
I do. I play Leo more too, and he's done that with those heroes.
Yeah, I think he's just thinking that since it's not as high as the penetration that you get from the assassin emblem, but then the fact that you already get, it's also the extra attack speed that helps you clear faster.
Correcto, yes. Because there was a school of thought wherein you put attack speed boots on Suyo, and you just go ham.
Yeah.
and you get faster attack speed in mortal form too.
Yeah.
Suyo is interesting because he's basically back in the meta now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he had like some he started to make appearances, I feel like, at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Early December.
Yeah, but now he's definitely like, I would say he's back.
Yeah, it's the damage. It's the fact that now, even if there are... Okay, ONIC take the condition. They have like 2 magic damage sources. Most Suyo lineups really just want to go up against one because the early game traits are tough. But the thing is, it worked out well for him because it was his roam mid that was setting the tempo for him. So he's fine. But then as the game went on, you started to see how much more difficult it would be for the Suyo. That's fine. We can keep raising
pretty
that.
cool,
That's
yeah.
actually really cute that we have like someone just doing that.
The rest of the teams, like
Hedgehog.
I would love Twisted Minds to just have one like that.
Like a brain. Like,
I'm pretty sure we've met the brain. Yeah, Fikri. Yeah, we've met the brain.
Oh, man, we didn't get any twisted gummies.
That would have came in handy today, by the way.
That's what's missing.
We need to get that fixed.
Where's the twisted gummy candies that we got from last season?
The Makati branch had a lot of gummies.
Yeah.
QC gang pickup.
I gotta check out the mic check for this one. We're gonna go ahead and see exactly how the winning moment sounded for ONIC Philippines.
No flicker ka ulit. No-flicker po. Basta ito magbubukas. Second skill. Pagkakalit skill ka pa. May third skill pa. Wala skill. Last one, boy. Tonto pa. Sunod ka sa akin. Nice po. Marangkada na. Vision mo. Skip mo. Pagkabaya ka. Ready ako na. Nag-figure na. Wala figure. Wala figure versus. Alalay lang. Basta two. Wala figure versus. Flicker boy. Wala tikaliba. Ready niya na saan, pre. Pisan backline, pre. Dalawa. Petrico. Napag-dash. Patay.
And there you have it. That was our Infinix mic check there for ONIC Philippines. What do we hear a lot of? I feel like we heard mix.
I like to think it was like 90% Tagalog.
Yeah. 90% Tagalog, a couple bit of English.
Savero was just fixated on what he needed to do at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I wonder how much of that comes through to him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure like he's been set up for this, that the Filipinos, when they go to Indonesia, they pick up a lot of basic bahasa. Some even get really good at it.
Real fluent.
Yeah, and I'm sure Savero could be in the road to being that as well with Tagalog.
And this is our Infinix standings right now after day 1 has been completed here in the opening day of Season 17. There it is across the board. Of course, you've had 3 games, or no, 2 series go 3 games, go the distance, 2-1, 2-1. And there you go, TLPH and ONIC.
Oh my lord. Liquid coming and saying, this is my house. Sending the M7 World Championship, at least after tonight, you know?
Yeah.
To the bottom of the standing.
Yeah. And again, as we mentioned earlier, it's great to see that we got to see very opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to how to play in MPL Philippines. And it was just a fun day. It was a great way to start. 6 games. Fansik Laban, yo! Shout out to the Sonics and RORAs who started off the Fansik Laban campaign. That's the fan MPL that we have.
That's right.
I think some of them in the crowd were playing because you can hear them like cheering for the Sonics.
Yeah, that's true.
The Fansik Laban.
Yeah. Oh, and this was actually a Sonics heavy crowd.
This was,
yeah. For even on the Twisted Mind side, usually it was also still majority Sonics. So hopefully we get to see more of the Minds show up in the upcoming weeks to show some love to Twisted Minds.
Today was definitely a jam-packed, full house day. It's great to have everyone come through again. I mean, it's been every time we get like kind of like the off season, if you will. I know we have all the international stuff, but every single time we're away from the MPL arena, I feel like, you know, it's always nice to have this opening weekend, have everyone join us. Yeah. And again, it's been a phenomenal day, gentlemen.
I could not ask for a better opener for Season 17. This is where we need to be, and everything that follows from here on, palag na to.
Yeah, new home, hiccups here and there, but thank you all for staying. This is a great one.
We will see you guys back here tomorrow and then Sunday. It's been us, the Wee Bear Bros. Let's go ahead and close it out on stage with our hosts.
You know what I would say? Welcome to the Philippines. That's literally how you kick off the season. Day 1 is officially grabe din naman talaga ang energy ng ating mga super fans dito sa Victoria Sports Tower.
Odin, literal, the goosebumps. Kung ganito pa lang yung salubong ng Day 1, paano pa kaya sa buong season?
Sa True Denise, ramdam na ramdam yung gigil ng bawat player, but wag muna kayong mag-relax dahil marami pa kayong aabangan.
That's right, dahil paalala ko lamang, Day 1 pa lang ng ating season. Makikita-kita tayo muli bukas para sa Super Fast Saturday. Again, this is your very own Odin. I'm Denise Valdesancho.
And I'm Thea Franco.
And this is MPL Philippines Season 17. Palag na to!
17th season of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Infinix, the official gaming phone partner. The power behind every madlang gamer. Smart, the simply reliable connectivity partner of the MPL. Our partner in esports, Clear Men. And our strategic partners, TT Racing, Ferry, and SIP. Don't miss any MPL action by following our official Facebook and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPLPH on TikTok for more content. Experience the lakas ng Pinas of MPLPH Season 17 live at Victoria Sports Tower. Grab your tickets now via the official MPLPH website. MPL Philippines is monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusement Board.